Welcome to the show, everyone. This is going to be an amazing one, just because of everything that happened. I can't believe this actually happened, but tonight we're going to talk about it. Two fans nerding out with all of you. Oh, Josh, what's going on, man?
Oh man, I'm still reeling, I'm still reeling. And you know what's funny? So, you obviously had an emotional reaction to it, and there were a couple of memes, and whatnot.
Yeah.
I didn't have a super emotional reaction to it the first time, but then it was like maybe the third time when I was watching it just kind of by myself, like it all just kind of hit me, and I may or may not have shed a tear or two myself. But this was a really cool moment. I think one of the things that I really enjoyed was just looking out on social media throughout the weekend and watching different people's reactions as they watched it. And it was really cool, man. I would say almost universally, not just a positive reaction, but a strong reaction, like an emotional reaction to it, which is, I mean, the goal of what they wanted to do,
That's the thing. It was such a beautiful experience. I watched it, I think 6 times now, 5, 6 times. And when I was editing it, I just stop and start crying to myself, and I'm like, God damn it, just get through this. But that's the thing, is that, it was such an amazing experience for so many people, because on different levels, because, first you could have the people that are like, oh, wow, Luke Skywalker's back. That's awesome. But then on another level, on more, deep level, I guess, you have the people who really found Luke Skywalker to be this hero when they were, at any point in life. And remember what we were saying, I think it was last stream, the 2 weeks ago, where I was like, I'll post it somewhere. I'll post it on TikTok or something like that, where I was talking about how Luke Skywalker is put in this position for you to grab to, right? When you're feeling down in life and you need that strength, he is the strength that you grab for people who find him a character that poses that power.
Yeah.
So seeing him back was emotional, because it reminds you of who this character really is and what he means to you in life. But then also because of, him just returning in the way he did. And it was just, it was so beautiful. It was so good. And I couldn't be happier. I think, the fandom is just in a different spot right now.
Yeah.
And you can feel it.
Yeah, agreed. I can feel it too. And it's really cool to make such a dramatic change in what feels like just 8 weeks. Like, it feels like such a short time.
There has been an awakening.
Right. And I'll also say, that I was sort of struck by how they could not have written this knowing what would happen in 2020, of course. And there have been a lot of difficult challenges in 2020
for so many people.
And to end a year like this, where a lot of our entertainment was sacrificed as well. You know what I mean? There was a lot of entertainment that was supposed to come out that did not come out this year. And entertainment plays a big role in people's lives. And I think mythic entertainment has this draw to it. That's, I think, part of the reason why we love Star Wars.
It's massive. And I think people don't really understand how important movies, books, games, those 3, and music, those 4, are so vital for life.
Yes.
Monumental.
Agreed.
It's very underrated, and people don't realize that if you took music, video games, movies, and books away, this life would be, it just wouldn't be as enjoyable at all.
Right. It would be very dull. It would be a very dull time,
Yeah.
And I think Luke Skywalker may have saved 2020 in some ways, man.
For a lot of people.
So poetic. It's so poetic, and it's very, very cool. And I'll tell you, beyond even the sort of emotional impact of it, I've watched the episode a lot. I think it's almost it's a masterpiece, dude. It's really, really good. The flow is great. The music when Luke comes in.
Oh my God! Can we give a shout out to Ludwig?
Yeah, dude.
The guy who made that music, the composer.
Chills, bro.
Seriously.
It is perfect. It is perfect for that scene, for the feeling of it all, for Luke. Yeah, very, very good. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for me. Probably would you say the best episode of The Mandalorian?
I would say the best episode of The Mandalorian, and also the best Star Wars since Revenge of the Sith for me. And
Yeah.
speaking of Revenge of the Sith, this literally just came in the mail about an hour ago. This took 2 months to get to me from Ireland, okay? This thing is loaded with so much information about the prequels, and this is actually where Paul Duncan talks about George's original treatment for the sequels, right? With Darth Maul
Yes.
and Darth Talon.
Talon.
So
Yes.
I got to hunt down that page. Do you remember what page it was? Do you know what page it was at all?
No.
I don't
I'll
even
throw a
thi-
number though. 143. Let's just I don't know.
Dude, there's hundreds of pages in here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to track it down, but I mean,
Yeah.
I can't wait to go through it. So
Yeah.
there's
man.
that. But yeah, man, like this whole episode in general was just, it was great, and I can't say enough about it, enough good things about it. So where do you think this will lead us for season 3?
Sure. So that is the question, right?
Yeah.
The current the only bit that I've heard is that there will actually be a significant time jump for season 3. And you can kind of question what does significant mean, right? I would say probably at least 3 years,
Mhm.
maybe even more. But that's pretty interesting considering where we leave off with Din Djarin and the Darksaber. Kind of seems like they're going to probably shore that up. And I think a lot of the fandom believes that the Mandalorian, now absent of Grogu and basically Jedi in general, will heavily focus on maybe a new Mandalorian Civil War, or just in general, Din Djarin sort of becoming the reluctant leader and eventually taking the throne. So
Yeah.
there's some thoughts. But what's funny is we're all actually way more interested in what Luke is doing, right? Which is
Yeah.
kind of interesting. But as far as for the show itself, I do not think the show becomes the Luke show. Do you know what I mean? I think it's now the Mandalorian.
I
Without
think
it's sort of
I think it'll be Game of Thrones. So I think, some episodes we're going to focus on, the Targaryens. Some of episodes we're going to focus on the Lannisters. And it'll just keep like going through different families, different sects, different people, and it'll be cool like that. One episode
Yeah.
could be about Luke and Grogu. One episode could be about Din. One could be about Bo. One could be with Boba Fett, maybe, or some other characters that they'll bring in there. Kara.
Well, it seems like, to be honest with you, the way that they're structuring the shows is that those characters are all going to have their own show.
Yeah.
So they will no longer actually have episodes on The Mandalorian. They're going to have full seasons. Boba may well run congruently to Mandalorian season 3 for all we know, or
Yeah.
I'm hearing it might be pushed kind of further into 2022. So either way, you're going to have a full-on story with Boba. You know what I mean? Now, people had said it was a prequel. There's no way that's a prequel. I mean, maybe we'll hear some stuff about his past, but he just killed Bib Fortuna in
Oh no, it was
The
confirmed.
Predator.
It was confirmed today at 5 a.m. that the Book of Boba Fett is actually going to be a show running during the same time period as The Mandalorian.
Yep.
So
Yep. So it's going to be
here's
sort
what
of
I think's going to happen.
trifecta.
They're
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
just doing Marvel. Thrawn is Thanos, and
Yep.
essentially they're just taking all these different character arcs and shows, and then eventually they'll converge and they'll meet up at the same spot in one show, I guess The Mandalorian, or a
Yes.
movie or something like that, and then a big fight.
Now, here's the question, because I agree. But the question is, does that big fight involve Luke Skywalker?
Yeah. How could it not?
Well, because of the timeline. Depending on it really just depends on the timeline. Like, it depends on how long it takes us to get there. And I believe John and Dave have sort of hinted at a cinematic conclusion, meaning all of this might build towards a film,
Right.
towards a big event film. You know what I
Right.
mean? To your point, Endgame, maybe
Yeah.
even a two-parter. That would be nuts. Actually, now I really want that, like a two-parter of like Heir to the Empire or something crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like something crazy.
Infinity War
Um,
and then Endgame. Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
dude. Ooh, gimme. But the question then is, like, how would Luke be involved in that? Not, I mean, I guess he could be. There's a big gap there. There's a big gap of things we don't know of exactly what he was doing. So,
Dude, there's like 20 plus years.
yeah, I think it's like 30, right?
Think
I
about
think
it.
it's a
The sequels
literal-
were 1 year. You know,
I know.
this can
It's
be
great.
20 plus years that they can fill in with shows and whatever spin-offs and this and that
Yeah.
forever,
Well,
man.
because yeah, it's actually pretty recent that he ghost docked too, isn't it? It's like within 3 or 4 years, I think.
Of this,
Of TFA. It's like connect to Force Awakens. It's pretty close to that. Meaning we have a long time. I think it's 27 years before the
this is 5 years after
fall of
Return
the.
of the Jedi. So, yeah, I think there's about 15 to 20 years.
So I
I'd say
guess there's all
15
sorts of
until
adventures.
until that whole thing happens, and then he leaves and
Yeah.
yeah.
Now
So
let me. I was going to ask you this. What? Because I'm currently working with this theory that Grogu is going to be sort of like our new Yoda, and they'll keep him alive, and then like maybe way in the future, past the sequels, he will be a new Yoda that has also been trained by Luke Skywalker, which would be great for the fandom because we'll
no,
be
I
like,
think
you don't
I
think?
think Grogu's gonna be the second. Well, I guess the first in thousands of years, Mandalorian Jedi.
Hmm.
Here's what I predict. I predict we're gonna go into years and years and years of seasons.
Yeah.
Grogu's gonna grow, and he's gonna be, I don't know, let's say 100 years old or something. They'll do it maybe a time jump. I'm not really sure, and then maybe they'll take us after Episode 9, and then they will show that Grogu is a Mandalorian Jedi. Din is dead at that point. Maybe he dies to save the kid, and to honor him, he becomes a Mandalorian, and he's also a Jedi at the same time, which would be like, what the hell? You can't
Well, here's
stop
the
him.
thing about that. Like, that's ridiculous because I love it, first of all, but
Yeah.
that's too OP because he's going to live for 1,000 years. Then the
Yeah.
Mandalore would take over the entire galaxy. Who's going to stop a Grogu Mandalorian?
Well, we'll have to
Monk,
see what happens after, Episode 9. Like, do the Yuzon Vong come in? You know?
Yeah, fair. Fair. That
Or
would be
does he just
interesting.
completely drop everything? And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go live in
Yeah.
peace, and I'm gonna be with my people, and he's just gonna like,
So he could be Mandalorian for a time, maybe, and then walk away from that eventually. I mean,
maybe
he is. I
he'll,
mean, 1,000 years is a long time,
maybe
dude.
he'll revert, bring the galaxy to balance, and then he'll be like, all right, well, I'm gonna go and just chill out. I'm done.
Yeah. I'm just kind of starting to think that they intentionally made a young uh, Yoda species and sort of planted him into this series almost specifically because they can now play with 1,000 years of connective tissue with this child. He's also Yoda, kind of, right? And we love Yoda, and
Yeah.
Yoda from the past is, trained like 20,000 Jedi because he was so old. So I'm just thinking in my head, like in 20 years, like, because you and I, we're not necessarily thinking in terms of 20 years, but maybe some people at Disney are, and they're like, in 20 years,
Oh, I think they're
we
thinking
still want
100 years.
that would be, I mean, whoa.
I think the
That'd
most
be crazy.
interesting to me is not necessarily what happens after all of this, like Grogu's age
Sure.
going onwards. Sure, it's
Yeah.
cool, but I think what's really interesting is Grogu age 0 to 50 during the time of the
Okay.
Republic, during the
Yeah.
time of the Phantom Menace and the prequels, and who were the Jedi Masters that trained him? Obviously, he knew Dooku. Obviously, he knew Yoda.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so much they can fill in there. Like, give me a Grogu birth show, like a show from
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
from like
Hey, yeah.
0 to seeing him in the Mandalorian. That'd be so cool, man. We get to go through
That
Order
would be really cool.
66. We get to go through everything, the rise of the Empire, all that stuff. I think that would be really neat.
It would be really neat. I would not be upset with exploring that at all. I think we're both kind of in agreement though that like they're not gonna kill Grogu anytime soon. Like he's
No.
very valuable to what they're doing now. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. He's super important. I mean, I would say he's almost more important than Mando. I think Mando was a
Sure,
way
but
to
that big,
introduce him.
right. But that begs the question: why remove Grogu from the Mandalorian show then? Because it's not like you would need an extra draw for a Luke Skywalker show. A Luke Skywalker show,
Probably so we can
you know what I mean?
focus on the Mando now, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. See, I think the only thing that makes sense is just what they're planning in the far future. And they just want him to get trained by Luke Skywalker. Basically, John's just like, I need this character to be trained by Luke. And they'll probably, like, maybe he even finishes his training in the interim between season 2 and 3. And then we're just back with Grogu.
No.
A trained Grogu.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
yeah.
You think they'll do a
I
time
think it's
jump?
possible.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Oh,
Dude, I
think they're
didn't even
doing
think of
a
that.
time jump for sure. Yeah, they're doing a time jump for sure.
Well, What they said, the Boba Fett show runs at the same time as the Mandalorian. So does that mean at the exact same time, or just like?
No, I would say no. I mean, when they say this is another thing, like when they say like it's coming out on Christmas, I think they're just referring to like a general time period. They're not necessarily saying like December 25th. I think a lot of people read into some of the things they say like a little too hard. Um, but with regards to, I guess, this show, I don't know, man. I really think they could just bring Grogu right back. I just have a lot of trouble imagining the show kind of moving on without him. Like I really do. I just have a lot of trouble with it. And then there was this thing John said about this movie called Paper Moon. Have you heard this comment that he made? So there's this movie called Paper Moon, and I think he referred to this early on as an inspiration for what they wanted to do with the child. And in Paper Moon, there's like this child that goes and lives with like a new adopted family, but then decides that they don't like that, and then they eventually return to their original family.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that something similar to that will probably happen with Grogu. I don't know if he'll come back immediately in season 3, but I would say by mid season 3 or by the end of season 3, I think Grogu could potentially come back.
Maybe. Vader episode 2 cinematic coming tomorrow. What?
Yeah.
I think Grogu could. I don't think we're gonna see him with Din for a long time. I think it maybe would be like seasons and stuff like that. You know, just like they did in Game of Thrones. And John said that Mandalorian's gonna be like Game of Thrones, as you said. So.
Fair.
I mean, they could just have him like off with Luke for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 seasons, and then imagine,
God, no.
during this time, like that tension will just keep building between wanting to see Grogu with Din, and eventually they'll meet up, and then maybe Din will sacrifice himself, and then it'll be very emotional, and then we continue the Mandalorian with Grogu. I could see that. Possible. I mean, he's gonna outlive him, so.
Oh, for sure. Either way, you're right. Which is kind of tragic now that you bring that up. But
yeah.
So what do you think about a Luke Skywalker show?
Oh, yeah. I'd love it, man. Are you kidding me?
Like new Jedi, like him kind of building his order? Or do you think, here's the question really, do you think he is currently building his order, or is he going to train Grogu solo and then train Ben and start building his order? Where's this fit right now? Because I have expected Ben to literally be walking out with R2. You know what I mean? At the end of that episode.
No, he's like 4.
Yeah, 4 or 5, maybe 6. I don't think we know exactly. You know what I mean? But it's
well, it's 5 years after Return of the Jedi, so I'm thinking, that he's gonna and then they had Ben a year after? He was born like 9 months after.
Correct, Endor. Yeah.
Yeah. So
year. And by the way, I've heard 5 to 7 years with Mando. I actually don't know for sure what the exact date is.
Yeah, I think I just saw something officially from Lucasfilm.
Sure. I could be wrong.
That said 5 years. So
yeah, I'd have to see it. I you know what I mean? Like I don't know for sure.
And when John was at the panel at Celebration, he said it takes place 5 years after. So
yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I don't think he has Ben with him yet. I think Ben's going to be like, he starts training him when he's like 10?
Again, I don't think we know. I think one
11?
of the books kind of makes it seem like it's 10, yeah.
Yeah, 11.
But I don't know if they're playing super hard and fast with that anymore. I mean, technically, season 7 of the Clone Wars changes things from the Ahsoka novel. You know what I mean? So I think the new regime is sort of more interested in telling dope stories.
Look,
and
man,
they're gonna kind of
I would love it if they just did their own thing and focused on this time in between, what they've created with 7, and just own in on that and make it its own thing. If we do the math, the sequels were just 1 year, and it took them 5 years to make that 1 year. So I mean, we got 20 years in between here, and 6 and 7. So was that 20 times 5? So it's like the next 100 years.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. I just don't know which one I'd rather see.
At least 10 years,
Yeah.
till 2030.
Well, I just can't stop thinking about the Luke Skywalker show, and I can't. I don't know which version I'd rather see. Like, if would it be better if it was just Grogu, and they're like hanging out looking for Force relics, right? Because that's kind of one of the things that Luke is doing. Or would it be better if he's actually setting up a full-on Jedi temple? You know what I mean? Like, I think both could be really cool, but I'd almost prefer the Jedi temple. I'd almost prefer like him actually being a Jedi
Well,
master.
he's gonna go off now and he's gonna build his Jedi temple. He's gonna search the galaxy for these different artifacts and relics to learn more about the Force and the Sith and the Empire and what Sidious was doing and more about his father. He might go to his father's castle. I mean, there's just so many endless possibilities of what could be done here. That, I mean, if we don't get a Luke show, then they're going to be obviously showing this in The Mandalorian and yeah, dude. I mean, we could get different episodes covering different characters. And,
I wouldn't hate that either, to be honest with you, because
it's Game of Thrones, man. It was one of the most successful shows, except for the last season. It was just, and they did an amazing job. I mean, like, why not just they're following that model and they're basically doing what they did with Marvel, just in shows now instead of movies. You know, instead of getting a Captain America movie or a Thor movie, we're getting, you know, Ahsoka show and Boba
I wonder
show.
if Luke will pop up in Ahsoka at all. You know what I mean? Because it kind of seems like he's really not interested in like kind of what she's doing, you know?
I don't even think he knows who she is.
Yeah, he only knew about Grogu because of Tython.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't know, man. That Ahsoka show is going to be amazing.
Luke is, in the terms of like where he stacks in the galaxy for Jedi, he is number one.
He's like God tier, dude. He
well,
was
and
walking through them. It was like crazy. Like,
he wasn't even moving fast. Oh, it was a joke. Yeah. It was a joke for him. He wasn't even like trying to dodge anything. He was just like using the Force to freaking diverge the blaster bolts, and he was just whatever, man, whatever. Doesn't matter. Just moving super slow, like.
So cool, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like he was toying with him, and then Moff Gideon sees him, and he's like crapping his pants. He's like, you know, I mean, this is the guy who literally single-handedly destroyed the Empire. You know, he destroyed the first Death Star. And Moff Gideon, you know, stormtroopers may not know who Luke Skywalker is, but you can best believe the higher-ups know exactly who Luke Skywalker
Especially
is.
In the Remnant.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Yes,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. So Gideon knows exactly who he is, and he sees him, and he's like pooping his little pants there, and then she's gonna try to commit suicide because he's like, well, it's over, man. You know, he killed Sidious, he killed Vader, he destroyed the Death Star. I know Lando did, but to their knowledge, he's the one who is responsible for everything. He's like this frickin' rare unicorn that's left in the galaxy that's just a monster. You know, Luke is what Vader is to the Rebels. Luke to the Empire is what Vader is to the Rebels.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, the Empire too would have spread really negative propaganda, right, and made him seem like this horrible killing monster.
Yeah,
and even the Mandalorians, they call them sorcerers, and they're very sort of skeptical of them. The Jedi in general, like it's very interesting. And even Fennec is like, when he's like, open the door, she's like, "Are you crazy?
Are you nuts?"
Dude?
Yeah.
Like, what is that thing? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Super cool, dude. So I guess what
they're wizards. Saying, they're wizards, dude.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. How do you make a compelling show with that guy? Because the conflict that he's gonna face, it's like the same thing. It's the same problem with like a Superman.
How would you make a Luke show? How would you make a? What do you mean?
No, I'm not saying how would you make a Luke show. I'm saying how do you make a compelling Luke show? Where's the conflict? That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God, they could bring in anything. I mean, look. There are different dark Force users throughout the galaxy. And you just bring one of them in. Surely Palpatine wasn't the end. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, they even wrote that Snoke had another apprentice other than Kylo, but then they just never talked about it again.
That's true. But that wouldn't be during this time.
Not to bring up the sequels, but I mean, you know, they did write it in, so I'm just thinking like the things that they can try and pull from. That's something. I mean, bring in a bad Sith lady like Talon, Darth Talon. Jeez.
I just don't see anyone in the galaxy that could put up a fight against Luke. Like, nobody. So I just don't think that's the way to do the show. Like, I don't think you can have a show. Like, I think it would be sort of...
bring back Abeloth.
It might even... Well, that would be nuts. That would be ridiculous if they did something like that. Which is possible, but that would have to have the students, dude. You would need the students. You would need. That's why I guess what I'm saying is this. I don't think you can have a super compelling show with Luke if it's just based on Luke and the conflicts that he is facing. I think you need it to be the students. You need surrogate conflict. Luke needs to be dealing with the fact that
Well, it's going to be mental.
Yeah, exactly. He's like Space Jesus, but like maybe he loses some students on some fights or whatever. You know what I mean? Like there has to be things that happen that sort of foundationally.
Well, I mean, but that's
rot.
like saying like oh, Yoda was the most powerful, but how do you? It's like, well, through mental struggle. So whenever someone is perfect physically, mentally, there's going to be something that can break them down, because there's no peak mental status. It's just you can break someone. It's like Homelander, right? He's physically, you can't destroy him, but mentally you can psychologically mess with him like that. So it's like, it's the same with Luke. Something could mess with him psychologically, which, they could throw in whatever, they could write whatever they want in there.
Yeah, it would be. I would really like to see that, and with the students and stuff. You know what I mean? And particularly if this is why I think if you use Ben, a young Ben, it could be really interesting, because the way I would play it is I'd have Ben be like ridiculous and just be like dangerous, bro. Like, maybe get in the same way. It's funny that you mentioned Homelander, in the same way that Homelander's son is like absurd. And then that last scene, not to give out spoilers, but there's a scene where the son unleashes some of his power to a frightening result.
Yeah.
And something like that, I think, would go a long way, because remember how again, we don't want to necessarily talk about the sequel super hard. We made an agreement we're not gonna go there.
We're not talking about the sequels anymore.
Yeah, we're not going there. But there was a concept of the fact that Luke had been not afraid enough of some of the stuff that maybe a young Ben Solo had done. It was sort of indicated that in maybe an ultra Zen-like kind of almost pious way, Luke had looked the other way at some of the red flags that his nephew had, right? Which I think could be pretty compelling. And I trust John and Dave. Here's the question: who would you want to, I guess, be creatively involved with that? Because
Jon Favreau, man, he is the guy, and he's earning more and more of my love and adoration and respect by the day.
Yeah, man.
I always respected him, for the other projects he did before he touched Star Wars. But then now that he's doing such a outstanding job with Star Wars, and I was skeptical. I'm like, well, what does he know about Star Wars and blah, blah, blah. But I'm learning that this guy he's amazing at what he does, And that's why he gets paid the big bucks, to control this whole thing and do all these shows and all that, because he's the one. He is the one to take this on. Yeah, and it's great.
He's bold. Dude, doing Luke is bold. Can you imagine the risk? Because had this not landed, it would have hurt. It would have hurt real bad. You know what I mean? It's a risk. No matter how you slice it, doing something like this is a big risk.
It's very difficult to handle Luke. It's very difficult to handle Darth Vader. It's like making CGI with faces. Like we know a human face so well, to the point that it has to be so realistic. Otherwise, we're going to know that it's fake when something's weird. It's the same thing with Luke Skywalker. You can't do too much. You can't do too little. You got to be true to his character. And it's even more difficult because it's coming from someone who created this character. So it's not like, you're trying to adapt who this person is and then project where they're going to be. And you can't mess that up, because if you're off even by a little bit, by the time it lands, it's like all the way over there. So that's the issue. And I think the thing with Luke is that he is this and this is the beautiful thing about his character arc, is that he is this very relaxed, calm, stoic, just very walks in he just gets the job done, and he's very one with the Force. The way he speaks, you can just see it. It's like, you failed, Your Highness. I'm a Jedi, like my father before. It's like, are you a Jedi? I am. It's like, what he says is the way it is and the way it's going to go. And this is there is no doubt in his mind. He's just very clear. He just knows what to do, and he gets the job done. And there's no wavering of, cognitive dissonance or anything like that. He's just He is. That's what makes him such a heroic character, and that's what makes him this godlike person that you just want to look up to, and this mythological being that it's like, oh, dude, I want to be like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It
And
reminds me.
it's beautiful because he doesn't start that way, and that's the cool part
Right.
about Luke.
Exactly.
If he
Yeah.
was always like this, it'd be like, okay, well, you know, what's the bad? Is there a backstory here?
It's
There
boring,
is.
dude.
He was, well, but I want to go to the play with my friends at Tashi Station. Like, put some power converters. It's like,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
you know, he's super whiny, annoying. At Yoda's house, he's like, I'm wasting my time. It's like,
Yeah.
I could not train him,
Yeah.
you know? And look at where he is now. And this is how you write a character. And George Lucas did that. And so for Jon Favreau to recognize that and take it and really own in on it perfectly, that sweet spot.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
And it was refined too. It felt like a natural progression of the character we saw in Jedi. Like that character would move like that. And it reminded me of not only just the way he moved, but also the way he spoke. I know some people had a problem that he didn't like talk more, he wasn't more curious. And I'm like, what do you mean, dude? He's literally
No.
walking in a different plane. He's like in the Matrix. He's like Neo in the Matrix. He sees it all. He doesn't have any questions about what's going on. He knows exactly what's going on.
He feels
So
everything.
he-
And Luke asks
Yeah.
the questions that he genuinely wants to know. But typically he doesn't really ask anything. He just knows. And he just says it the way it is. And it's that beautiful, man. It's that simple. It's great.
Yeah, yeah. It reminded me. There's this
Thank you,
line
Steven.
in the Tao that's it's something like the way or the Tao does nothing, and yet it leaves nothing undone. It's like this like kind of Zen-like state where you're not necessarily like trying super hard, but you're doing everything that you need to do. And it reminds me of like things in flow state or like athletes when they get in the zone, right? Like there's this beautiful thing that you can do. That's why the Jedi are so cool because it feels like they're almost like dancing when they fight.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot that's going on. This is why I think a lot of people that don't like the fights in the prequels don't understand that a lot of the fight is going on mentally or sort of within the Force. So
What?
a fight would naturally look different.
Who doesn't like the fights in
you-
the prequels? Is this a thing?
J.J. Abrams for one.
The
But-
fights? Or the
Yeah.
dialogue? The fights? He
The
doesn't like
fight.
the fights
Oh,
in
yeah.
the prequels.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of people had problems with those. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of people, but I've seen.
Do you
that
know what the
espoused
reasoning was?
before.
This
Yeah,
is the first time I'm hearing it.
theatrical.
It's theatrical.
It's too like theatrical or like dancing. It's not realistic. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like when they're like doing it in front of each other, spinning around and stuff like that. And my rebuttal to that has always been, well, that's because imagine if you were fighting
They're
someone
looking for an opening.
that could sense your movements. A fight would look way different if you were both in this like sort of state where you were able to sense what each other was doing. A fight would look way different. Not to mention, lightsabers themselves are attracted to each other. They bond when they hit, which is why I think the combat tends to look the way that it does.
Where'd you hear that?
Yeah, what do you mean? That's in
That
Rebels.
they're like
That's
magnets.
established in Rebels. Yeah, it's established in Rebels. When Kanan it's in the Kanan episode with Sabine. That's like one of the best episodes. Trials of the Darksaber.
Do you mean with the?
Trials of the Darksaber.
Oh, right. Yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah,
explaining-
yeah, yeah.
He's explaining that when the blades feel each other, they connect. They have this like sentience, and that's why like I feel like a lot of the clashes in Star Wars happen, and it actually makes a little bit more sense because it's like this pure energy, right?
So there's like an aimbot on the lightsaber hilts on the lightsaber
yeah,
blades.
yeah, kind of, yeah.
That must be a new thing that they added.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that I don't even know where we were going with this. I gotta be honest with you. But essentially,
you said something about like that people say that the prequel fights were lame or something like that. That's what you said.
Yeah. Okay. So I think the point I was making was back to Luke. Like that to me, man, was like.
Sorry,
I
guys.
think
Too much
the
spam.
best
I don't want to
fighting-
turn on the. I don't want to turn this on, but there's too much spam. So we're just gonna continue the conversation and I have to change the chat. Sorry.
Cool. I just think that the way he was moving in this scene was like it was a refinement of the character we saw in Jedi. It felt like a natural growth And I think a lot of people have been looking for this, man. And I think this might be the best action sequence in all of Star Wars. Like, legitimately. I think that this will be visited again and again, talked
What this
about. And
what Luke's fight?
yeah, Luke's scene. Yeah. From the
I
point
wouldn't
he
say that.
enters
I
to the
wouldn't say
point he
that.
goes.
Oh,
What's a better action
yes,
sequence?
yes, sure. I thought you meant the fighting.
Oh, no. Like, I think of it as the best action sequence. Like, there's so many great ones in
I would
Star
say
Wars,
Vader's
of
in
course.
Rogue One was. I would say this was more emotional for me, but I would
Yeah.
say Vader's in Rogue One was a cooler action scene.
Fair. Yeah. I'm gonna go with this one, dude. I'm gonna go with Luke all day.
Fair enough.
Because Vader's scene is really cool, and like I went back and watched it, and like he's savage, dude. Like it's crazy how different his style is compared to his son. Like he's savage.
Mhm.
It's awesome. But Luke, bro, those were dark troopers.
Yeah.
Those were stupid rebels. Like no offense, Vader, but those were some scrubs, dog. Strength of schedule, bro. You don't get that. That's your boy. That's Luke. Those
Yeah,
are dark
it is Luke,
troopers.
but you were saying, you know, what's more of a cool scene in terms of
Mhm.
like what how did you phrase it?
Uh,
Emotional wise, yeah, that's
I
the
don't
scene with
remember.
Luke for sure, but I would say in terms of like an action sequence, Vader in Rogue One hallway scene was like insane with the music,
Yeah.
and it was
Dude, you gotta put this to a vote. We need the chat to vote.
all right.
I'm telling you
Okay,
right
I'm gonna create a community poll right
now. I'm
now.
telling you. I think it's Luke all day. I'll go to the map for Luke for this one. Telling you.
Better action sequence. Okay, no, wait.
I am interested.
Which was more epic? All right.
Yeah.
Luke, hallway scene.
Did you know there are some people that are such buttholes that they're claiming that the whole thing, the new tradition of like hallway scenes for characters, they think it's like ruining things and it's stupid.
Yeah, whatever.
I think it's awesome, dude. The moment I saw that Luke was gonna get a hallway scene, I got like giddy. I was
Yeah,
like,
so
dude, this is perfect.
I guarantee you, and we're probably gonna get an Anakin hallway scene now in Order 66 at the Jedi Temple.
Ooh. Whoa, dude. Ooh, that would be pretty clean. That would be pretty clean.
Oh
Gonna
yeah.
cut down
Oh
some
yeah.
younglings?
I foresee it for sure.
I'm excited. That'd be cool.
Defs.
Because that would probably be the greatest of all time. Because that's like a combination of the grace of Luke and the strength of Vader, and just
Yeah.
viciousness.
I wanted to
You know
mention
what I mean?
something about what you said, J.J. Abrams, if he did say this about him thinking the fight in the prequels was lame or something like that, in terms of the of Anakin and Luke, Anakin and Obi-Wan doing the twirling thing for like 5 seconds in front of each other. So
Yeah.
Anakin and Obi-Wan had trained together for over a decade, and they knew each other's moves, like the back of their hand. So they could also feel each other's emotions. So, and by doing that whole twirling thing, they were looking for an opening. And this is also how samurai fought. They were always looking for an opening. They were extending their energy. And whenever, it was almost like Shatterpoint in a sense that when their energy would break, the other one, it would go through, then that's when they would strike. So if Anakin were to just twirl and then strike, Obi-Wan would look for an opening, maybe move out of the way and hit him. So they were looking for that opening, and they knew each other's movements. So they were waiting for one person to falter, and the longer you would do this, there's a bigger gap for you to actually make a mistake, and that's why they were doing that. People don't understand that. It's like, oh, that's stupid. It's like, no, dude, that's fighting. Like,
Yeah.
everything was
I felt like
methodical.
it was
It was all by Nick Gillard, who's an actual swordsman, like stunt choreographer, and knows what he's doing. All of the fight and swords movements since the originals have been based upon actual fighting styles. So that's why in Star Wars you have them adapted to Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, and each one is different. Each one has a different name because they all are realistic. So that's that. That's my thoughts on
Yeah.
that.
No, I hear you, bro. I always felt like it was kind of intuitive that fight was the way it was because of their force connection. Like it just always made sense to me. I mean, it plays like these two. It's like a roller coaster of emotions. You know, these guys I don't know. I love that scene. I think it's awesome.
Can I segue for 2 seconds? Now that we have over 10,000 people here, which is cool. So the Vader episode 2 cinematic tomorrow, I'm gonna drop it. I don't know what time. I kind of want to do a live stream where I'm just gaming, and then I'm just gonna drop it randomly, because I'd love to do like a watch party thing with you guys. It's gonna be in 4K, and it took 2 years to make. So yeah, I hope you like. Okay, back to the conversation.
Yeah, please let me know when you are going to do that, because
I'm thinking
I've seen some of it and it's a joke.
Yeah, I think maybe 24 hours from now, so maybe 5 p.m., 23 hours from now. I think that's kind of, everyone's here during that time, so yeah, maybe we'll do it. Maybe do it at 5 p.m. I'll start streaming around like 3, and then I'll have a live stream going while, and then that'll be uploaded, and then I can get everyone's feedback and see what they think and all that.
So
yeah, we'll see. Just something to give you guys because of COVID, because I couldn't film, and it's been in the works for 2 years now. And anyways, we'll talk about it tomorrow. So that's something fun to look forward to.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool. So what do you think about the comparisons to like Ahsoka and Luke? Because that was kind of interesting, man. Ahsoka comes in and looks really, really capable. And I think there were always a lot of questions about how strong was Ahsoka versus Luke. I don't think there's really any question at this point, right?
That's a tough question. I would say Luke, but Ahsoka, we have to realize, has been training longer.
Sure.
And she's much more experienced. She's not as genetically gifted. He is the son of Anakin Skywalker. I mean, it's just the way it is. He's the son of the chosen one. Doesn't really get more, better than that. And George Lucas said that if Vader had trained Luke the way he trained Starkiller, their powers would have been equal. And that Starkiller's powers basically were Luke's, had he trained with his father. So, and Starkiller was insanely powerful, and that's Luke
Super
goes on
OP,
to do that in Legends as well. So, I hope with this this whole show, and if we get a Luke Skywalker spin-off show, we can see those powers. I mean, the guy was able to walk on lava, like.
Yeah.
He was able to it was his powers are sometimes somewhat comical, so
yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah. I'd love to see that, dude. I'd love to see them go ham on that. And if they got into some really sticky situations, because they could put him in just situations against crazy things in nature, or even imagine
let me pitch you something.
Yeah.
So you were saying, you can't, Luke Skywalker's the most powerful in the galaxy right now, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Who's going to come? Well, what if the blood they need for Grogu isn't for Snoke, it's for creating Starkiller?
Okay, that would be cool. That'd be really cool. Or like a version of Sabayoth.
Something like that.
Right?
Or what if they recreate Anakin Skywalker, but he's like Logan, he's like Wolverine from Logan.
Yeah.
Like the evil one. The evil clone.
That would be hard.
Or a Luke Skywalker, like an evil Luke Skywalker. I mean,
yeah, like
he has to fight himself, but he's evil.
Yeah.
And he's like freaking shooting force lightning.
It
did literally happen. Yeah.
I know. At this point, you start to think about it, and you're like, dang, bro, they could do a lot of things. I guess this is the question. Do you think he's going to be involved with what's going on with Thrawn? Is he going to be heavily involved in what's going on with Thrawn?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Well,
That's
I mean,
crazy.
look, man. We have a end part, okay? The sequels, as much as I don't want them to exist, they exist. And so they're eventually going to, have to cap off at that. And Thrawn isn't anywhere near, he doesn't exist in the sequels as poorly as they were created. As disjointed as they were, he wasn't in there. So they have to kind of follow this, all right, well, here's where we start, here's where we end. We can fill the middle, but we just got to make it make sense a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Well, it's so funny because we talk about this a lot, but the sequels kind of didn't tell us diddly about the galaxy, which is kind of interesting because now that's going to work to our benefit.
Oh, it didn't tell us
anything.
Yeah.
They didn't tell us anything. So now we're going to be able to fill in all the gaps with the dope,
oh my
Filoni-verse
God, dude, it's
stuff.
so cool. With the Boba Fett show will, I think, show us the galaxy.
Yeah, dude. Well, the Ranger show. Did you hear this? I think this was during the GMA as well. The Rangers of the New Republic. It takes place immediately after Return of the Jedi. Immediately.
Oh wow, awesome.
Yeah, like
That's so cool. So
whoa,
so
right?
Luke might be in there too a little bit.
He could be in there, and Kara could be a dropper. You know what I mean? Like there
Yeah,
could be, yeah, could be some cool stuff.
that's gonna be wicked, man. It's gonna be Carson
Yeah,
Teva and Cara Dune, I think.
that would be sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be really fun, but you're right. Like they're filling it feels like they're filling it all out, bro. Like which is great because we didn't know anything basically, and a lot of it had been disjointed and it felt like ridiculous. So,
Yeah.
to get it being, put in the right order and everything is great. Let's talk about the Boba Fett show a little bit. uh Bro, what is happening? Are we living in a simulation? Like Boba Fett coming in, Godfather style,
Yeah.
whacking a plump Bib Fortuna, and
Yeah.
then just flopping him off the throne.
How the hell
Like
did
what?
Bib survive?
I don't know,
He just like
dude.
blew up and then he
I
like
don't
just
know.
survived off of Jabba's body or something like that, and he just
He must have.
absorbed him
He
and like.
must, right? I don't know. Like, yeah, he looks like he's been living pretty good. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he's been living pretty good. But now
He's got that
Boba
COVID
will be
body.
running. Right. Yeah, there you go. I'm starting to get it too, bro.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, it sucks. But so what do you think? Like, is he gonna just be doing gangster stuff? Is he setting up? Is he trying to do some consolidating of power? Some people think he's gonna get some power and he's gonna come for Mando, or the Mandalorian throne. I mean,
Oh yeah, maybe that's cool. That's a cool idea. Yeah.
could
Well, I just see
could
him
be
just
kind of
getting more and
cool.
more powerful, and then he will be the king of the underworld, and you can't mess with him then. He's just too
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
He's just too huge.
That's what he. It makes sense, man. It makes sense to me, and just the way he said, like, what did he say to Mando? He's like, my allegiance is to no one or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Basically, he's basically that's Tony Montana. He's like, who do I trust? I trust me. That's
Yeah.
who. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
He does what he wants.
this is gonna be dope, dude.
It's gonna be great.
Like,
So, what do you think the
and
next show's gonna be? When are we gonna get something? Bad
well, we'll
Batch?
get Bad Batch. Yeah, we'll get Bad Batch. Then it looks like we'll get
But
Boba.
when?
Very light. What's up?
When are we getting Bad Batch?
Probably March around that time.
That's your guess?
Yeah, that's my guess. Probably around March. Um, they could move it around. There's a lot of coming out in March, but
Like what? Oh, Marvel stuff?
yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the Snyder Cut both come out around that time,
God,
so it's
the
gonna be
Snyder
kind of
Cut, dude.
crowded on social media.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, this is what I think, and people aren't gonna like it. But I think you won't see Mando season 2 until the end of 2022,
Season
which
3?
I know yeah. And I think you'll get Boba Fett, and then I think you'll get Rangers, and then I think you'll get Ahsoka, and then I think you'll get Mando 3.
Where's Obi-Wan?
But Obi-Wan will come out somewhere in the middle of that, actually. Yeah, Obi-Wan will come out. When will Obi-Wan come out? Probably sometime in 2022.
Yeah. I think fall 2022.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Do you think Celebration
It's also
2022 is gonna happen?
Oh yeah,
Well, like
yeah.
no, like
I
with
think
with COVID and everything like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think regardless of, I know there's some concern over sort of like new strands and stuff like that, but I would say regardless, we should have things figured out by then.
I
I'm
hope so,
very
man.
optimistic.
I can't wait to see you guys, dude. I can't wait to see all of you
I
guys at
know, right?
Celebration, and that was such a fun time, you know.
It's amazing, dude. Celebration amazing, and it's gonna be in Cali, so we can go to
Yeah.
it's in Anaheim.
Yeah, dude, we'll
so we
have
can
massive
go.
meetups with like everybody going to Galaxy's Edge, getting some green milk, and going to the cantina.
Yeah,
And just,
man.
oh, it'll be cool, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna
It's
be
gonna be
really
wild.
great, and also like the mood is just gonna be so much better because Star
Oh
Wars
my
is
God.
winning. We're winning now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
There's
good
no
to be
more
winning.
division. There's no more division.
A little bit of division, we can just put them in the corner. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
there's what? It's done, man. We're going
Yeah,
into a new
I agree.
era. And we're
I agree.
this is the way this is the way.
This is the way.
I couldn't be more
I agree.
excited. You know, this is how.
I couldn't be more excited.
To me, there's no difference with what is going on right now, and what George Lucas was making. Like that's to me that bringing Luke back like that, it just felt like George. It just felt like the stuff he was making when I was a little kid, and the excitement that I would get when the new Star Wars prequel was coming out. It was
Yeah,
like,
man. Ooh, you remember those days? Ooh,
yeah, I do. I remember
Man.
those days
I
all
know
too well.
there are people that really don't like the prequels and all that, but like I just, dude,
I
like
don't
the
care. I don't care
experience
what
of
people
going
like or
to the
don't like. I
theaters.
care what I like.
I know, but I'm just saying, bro, like that was incredible. Those were impactful movies for me. Those were
Hmm.
impactful movies. Seeing those in theaters. I want to throw one crazy thing at you, and then I have to go to the bathroom. What if Jedi Fallen Order 2, or maybe Jedi Fallen Order 3, follow the story of Luke Skywalker setting up the new order? What
That'd
if
be
that's how they choose to do it?
that'd be cool. I don't think they'll do that though. They're not gonna do it in a
But
game.
what if they choose to do it that way, and then he pops up like you were saying in Mando, like kind of more
They
later.
can
You know
fill
what
it
I
in
mean?
like that. Oh, you got to play. Yeah, maybe, but I don't know, man. I just feel like there's such a huge audience and expectation now for Luke Skywalker to show up in the show and to explain his how he did everything. They're not going to be like, well, you got to go play the game. It's like old dudes
I
that
kind
saw it
of
and like
want to
they're going to be
play
like,
the
whoa,
game now.
I don't play games. I don't really care about games. It's like
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I just think
they
that would
could
be
flesh
so
it out.
cool. Yeah,
I'd
well,
love
that's fair.
that.
I guess they could. Yeah, that's
You
fair.
know, I'm going to play that game.
Or
Like, but it's
right,
you know,
right. Maybe they take Cal sort of to him in the next couple games, and then we see it in the show or
yeah,
something.
we could
Because
see
I think
extra
Cal.
stuff, but
Yeah, yeah.
if we have the timeline going like this with explaining Luke's story, the game could like do this and cut and then go back in, you know.
True, true. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But as for like
Uh,
breaking it up and then like, oh, you got to play the game to, it's like, nah, don't do that.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I just think it would be a really cool way to experience. I mean, if you think about it, with Jedi Academy and Jedi Academy 2, like that's kind of what you experience. Like you experience Luke's new Jedi and like what Luke is doing and that kind of stuff. That'd be cool, man. I'd like that.
Yeah.
As a gaming experience.
Oh, of course, I would too. Yeah, it's like JK2 almost. Jedi Knight 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Be sick.
Be amazing.
All right, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
All right, man.
BRB.
I'll read some people's messages.
Cool.
Holy crap, I cried at the finale. I grant you the... What? People say in The Rise of Skywalker when Luke gets distracted, it's because he's sensed Grogu. Thoughts? Nah. I love Luke Skywalker, but let's talk about Koska Reeves kicking Boba Fett's butt. Koska Reeves is a new babe. Dude, that was like... Boba was just trying to keep it chill because he knew that Mando needed information from them and he didn't want to... He could have disintegrated everybody, including Din, at that point. All right, Vito. Whether you like or dislike Luke in the sequels, that was an amazing moment for the entire fan base. It was. If there's anything... a Jar Jar series. Thoughts on whether or not we get Bad Boy Grogu in the massive time jump for Season 3. That's the thing, though. It's like Yoda said that he was training Jedi at age 100, pretty much. So we would have to jump 50 years, and like everyone would be dead. It doesn't make sense. I don't think we're gonna get a huge time jump like that. But maybe, I don't know, maybe a few years, perhaps. Moth Gideon in chat, start the trend. Love y'all. Love you too, Zach. What up, Emmanuel? Thank you. Sup, Theory. Hope you have a good holiday. Keep up the insane work. Thanks, man. Happy holidays to you guys. I hope tomorrow is going to be a nice little Christmas gift for you all. Can we take a moment to appreciate Peyton Reed's amazing direction and Ludwig Göransson's amazing score this episode? Absolutely. They're the ones who made it happen. My father got me into Star Wars like yours did. He missed Clone Wars and Rebels. Would you or Josh ever make a short episode list that leads to Mando? Oh, like a timeline thing of like what happened?
Yeah, there are some good lists out there that you can kind of find already.
Sure.
I did a watch party, a couple of watch parties, and we went through all the specific to the Mandalorian episodes. There are several arcs in the Clone Wars. There's a kind of a big arc in Rebels. Yeah, it's actually out there. I think if you Google that, there's other people that have done articles and videos on that.
Epic episode, best feeling to see Luke done right. Was there Thursday with your general theory. Awesome feeling. Yeah, dude, shout out to all of you that were there with me. That was an experience I'll never forget. There were over 35,000 of you that were, from what you said, crying with me, which is, it's a beautiful feeling. It's cool. It's neat. To be able to experience something like that for the first time with so many like-minded people is great, and it just makes you feel like you're not alone. It's nice,
Yeah.
especially in this
That
time.
whole night was wild, dude. That whole night and the whole weekend was wild. Like, just I felt like we were all going through this crazy thing together. It
Yeah,
was nuts. Like, it was really cool.
man, I wanted to talk about it the day after, but I just for 2 days I waited, and then finally, like last night, late last night, I started posting videos. I'm like, all right, man, I think everyone's already talked about it or seen it, or
Yeah, yeah. I
I
did the
felt so
same. I
bad
took
for
the
people being spoiled the day of, man. That's just so
Yeah, dude, he was Luke was trending that night. I was like, "Whoa,
yeah,
whoa." You know, like I'm sorry. I feel like it's at this point where you got to protect yourself. You just got to get off social. Like,
yeah,
look, there are people that are going to try to do the right thing, but you're going to get spoiled unless
yeah,
you protect yourself. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, it's a shame. It's a
yeah,
shame, but
yeah, yeah. There were some, anyways. Was hyped to see that lone X-wing. Yeah, man, it was nice.
love it. Rolling solo.
I loved everything, but just curious, why didn't Din go there and start chopping down Dark Troopers with the Darksaber? Oh, he would have died, dude. He'd have to open the door and he'd get smoked.
I mean, he was definitely going to do that if they were going to get through there. I was actually, before Luke showed up, I was like, yeah, man, but now he's got the Darksaber, so I was thinking he's going to cut him up. But even still, they would not have survived without Luke. Like,
Nope.
You saw what those things were, dude. Like,
Yeah. What did you think of the line Luke used, "Power without training is useless," and how that calls back to Rey? Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting. Could be perceived that way, but it's also
It's
just
also
a meaningful line.
It's just a
by
meaningful
Jedi
line.
Master.
Yeah, I want to
Mhm.
stop linking everything to the sequels and this and that. I don't want to ever talk about the sequels again as much as I can. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
we're
not
gonna
going
try
to.
not to do that anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Because every time I do, I get in some long tangent about this and that, and I just become negative, and I just don't want to do it. So, yeah, I'm making an effort. And also, it's not enjoyable for you guys, I'm sure. So, Josh now has Tony Stark tech. Yeah, we walked into 20 being like, what the F, Star Wars, to leaving 2020 being like, oh my god, what the F, Star Wars. Yeah. If Luke actually went to Tashi Station for power converters, he would have turned to the dark side, a Star Wars story.
Whoa, well, that's a cool fanfic.
Yeah, it's true, he would have, because then he would have basically gone off to be a pilot for the Empire.
Yep. No training with Obi-Wan. Eventually, Vader finds him. Very
Yep.
easily turns him.
Well, Obi-Wan would watch him, dude. He'd be watching over him.
True. But that'd be fun. Obi-Wan comes like looking for him or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool theory, man. Which rescue is the what? Which rescue is the do you think the episode is named after?
The rescue of Grogu, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fandom. So basically, reinterpretation of Thrawn trilogy and Dark Empire.
Yeah. A little bit of the yeah.
I have a theory that after the Ahsoka show, Ezra will join Luke's temple and will be Grogu's master, and that's how Grogu survives, because him and Ezra are off on a mission when Ben returns. Yeah, I don't think Kylo's gonna kill Grogu, man.
Yeah, none of us think that's
It's
gonna
not gonna happen.
Which maybe some people could interpret as like, well, that kind of sucks. I don't care. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not
you
happening.
know?
Let's just get rid of the sequels with Ezra in the Ahsoka show. Also, hope we see Luke and Ahsoka meet. I want to see her reaction meeting the son of Sky Guy. I know, and then she'll probably be crying because she'll be like, wow, I didn't know Anakin got redeemed.
Yeah. Wow.
She
What
doesn't
a
know.
powerful scene. I mean, we kind of need that scene, dude. Like, and I know some people are like, "Ugh, we don't need that scene." Oh, we need it.
What's
Want
with people saying Luke showing up as fan service? I don't like.
I mean, dude.
I
it's
don't.
Like, sure.
I
in the
can
sense that
I can analyze
every
this.
Single Star Wars fan would want that and would not like object to it. I guess in that way, sure, it's fan service. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
But here's the thing: is that Luke Skywalker is the central focus of Star Wars. He is the one who started it all in terms of bringing down the Empire and all this and that. So to not have such a prominent, the most powerful pinnacle figure in this story, to not be it's like that's not fan service. That's just telling a story. That has nothing to do.
Brother,
Like, with
we said this. We said this weeks ago. We said they are setting it up in a way that it would actually feel awkward if he didn't show up.
Yeah.
We talked about this. We were like, the story, not the like fan service, the story is being told in a way that it really feels as though Luke is maybe the only one that could actually show up. So like the idea of it being fan service feels weird to me, especially if people are trying to call it fan service in a negative way, because I think then that is normally labeled on something that isn't given care or doesn't happen organically in a story.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's like so whack, like literally, like ugh, like
it just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. It's like okay, so if you show someone with a lightsaber, which is pretty much what Star Wars is about, a Jedi, the Force users. Dave Filoni's even said this. It's not about ships. It's not about this and that. It's about the Force, man. It's about Force and Jedi. Like, so if you show what the story is about, then that's fan service. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's really weird.
No,
logic.
you just don't understand. Like, it's that simple. It's not.
And
fan
you're
service.
also probably kind of being a butthole. Like, I'm not going to be rude about it, but anybody that comes at you that way is just one of those people that just they don't really like having fun.
It's like one of the,
find enjoyment of.
It's like one of those people when I was a kid and I was just like so excited over the prequels, and then there were these like kids that were my age, and I was like like 13 or 12 or whatever, and they were just like, ugh, you don't understand acting, and I'm like, shut the F up, dude. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? You're like freaking 12 years old. Like, what?
Yeah, dude, I was just thinking that. You should have went over and been like, you're 12, and then just uppercut.
I'm 12. You're 12. Shut up.
Yeah. Shut up. I like Star Wars.
Yeah, I remember that kid with his, oh, God, he was, Jesus Christ. You don't understand acting, drinks his coffee. I'm like, you're 12 years old, dude.
12-year-old drinking coffee?
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell's happening?
That's a strange,
I was drinking an apple juice box. Anyways, has anyone else noticed that the music that plays when Mando shows his face to Grogu is very similar to the father and son dinner scene in Jaws? No, I didn't notice that. Did you notice that?
No.
Din Djarin is Jon Snow, the leader who never wanted to lead, but the one his people needed. Merry Christmas, lads. That's very true.
Yeah, I like reluctant heroes. So yeah, I agree. Din wants nothing to do with that, but probably would be good.
Thinking my breakdown, or like in a tweet, I said, yeah, he's Charlie from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Fair. That's actually a really good assessment, bro. Especially the way he gets it. So who's Charlie then? Moff Gideon, or rather, who's Willy Wonka? Moff Gideon in this scenario?
No, Mandalore.
Kind of said. Okay, I got you. I feel like Moff Gideon's the one.
Moff Gideon's like Slughorn or Slugworth, or whatever his name is.
Okay, yeah, all right, I can see that. Interesting.
Something like
that.
Yeah. Grogu becomes the guardian and keeper of the world between worlds. No, please. Grogu leaving Din has put me in a depressive episode. I feel for Din. He was one of the most important things to him, and he's finally parted ways. It's like losing a pet. It's like losing a dog or something like that. Yo, HQ, what's up, man?
What up? Yeah, it's a very difficult thing, but that's a thing that parents and people have to go through. You know what I mean? Letting go, right?
Do you think they should continue using CG Luke, or get someone like Sebastian Stan to play the part for Luke? Here's the thing with that. If you get Seb Stan, it's not going to feel as authentic as seeing, Mark Hamill's face, but also that deep fake, he looked like he had some Botox going on, and it's very difficult to do that. So, I mean, I'm kind of in a toss-up. It's like if you show Sebastian Stan, like if Sebastian Stan showed up, I wouldn't have had the same reaction.
Well, it's kind of hard to say, right? Look, I think it's tough. I think that technology will do nothing but improve over time. And I think it could get to the point where, like, Mark essentially would not be needed at all. and that the stand-in actor, the guy that was there on set, I think they'll just be able to sort of CGI over him to make him look like Luke. And apparently it was a different actor that did his voice too. So there's this
It was Mark
person that-
Hamill.
No, it wasn't Mark at all, from what I hear.
It was Mark Hamill. Yeah, it was Mark Hamill's voice, and they used some editing to make it sound like Luke.
No, I don't think so. I think we'll find out on the 25th for sure. But Screen Rant did.
Is it at midnight
today? What's up?
Is it at midnight?
When
Friday?
will it release? I actually don't know. It might. You mean like kind of the same time?
Like a
Mando
watch party
came
thing?
out or
Are
whatever?
we doing another watch party?
Dude, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. But there's an article on Screen Rant today that credits a voice actor that does a lot of Mark's voices for like the video games and stuff for Luke. He was apparently the one that did the voice, and there was another actor that did the movements, and Mark was there, but Mark may not have even filmed anything, from what I understand, which is crazy. But it's possible, like, I don't know, because he is credited, so it's possible that, like, maybe they did both.
From
and
what I
had,
read
like,
is that
Mark-
they used his voice and they just changed it.
Where did you read that? Because, like, there's definitely something going on with the voice, because there's, like, this robotic, like, if you listen to it, and I really noticed it on the watch party because I had my other headphones in, there's, like, this weird robotic thing going on underneath the first line. Not it goes away, but when he first says the
What, I
line
am?
about the training,
Oh.
well, no, the I am a little bit, but then when he says like the line about the training, like you can feel this like you can hear it, like there's this kind of like metal, almost synthetic undertone to some of the words. If you have like certain headphones on.
I was listening
But-
to it with some pretty crazy headphones, and it sounded fine. Sounded normal.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, dude. I've
You heard
I've
something?
listened to it a couple times. I'm telling you, I hear it. Yeah, but I think that tech will improve regardless of how they
Yeah.
did it. Like maybe it was Mark, maybe it was these guys, maybe it was a combo of all three of them, and they kind of like tried different things, which you could imagine they'd probably do. And regardless, if they can make it look much better, I'd actually don't care if it's like a team, if it looks like and sounds like Luke. Like I really don't. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't need it to be one actor. I don't need it to be Mark. I need it to be Luke. So however they get there, I'm good with it. I felt like he was perfect, dude. Like despite a little, like, you know, the robot thing that I heard, I thought he was perfect. I was like, that's Luke Skywalker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they can recreate that again, like, do we really care how? Like, I
No.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. HQ says that's how I feel. I feel like the CGI was great for the initial reveal because it made such an impact, but moving forwards, I think they should consider someone like Stan for lots of lines. Yeah, I feel that too. If they could even, you know, take his face and like change it up a bit with some technology,
I've heard-
so it
I've
looks
heard-
real, I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, I've also heard this rumor that some people think the only reason they did it this way was kind of for spoilers. Like they would have brought Stan in, but that would have likely leaked because of casting and agencies and all that other stuff. So they instead, you know, did the CGI thing, I guess. So maybe they could make Sebastian Stan look a lot like him. I don't know. We'd have to see it. Like, it's hard to judge. Like, you know, what we saw was pretty cool.
I
in
think
my
maybe
opinion,
for season
so.
3 and 4 they're gonna do.
Yeah.
They just didn't want it to leak because Mark Hamill said they had this under wraps for like a year.
Yeah.
So-
and look, dude, I'm super interested. Like, maybe it was Hamill. Like, what if it was literally just Mark Hamill? Like, could he? I mean, he definitely didn't do those moves, but like for the dialogue or whatever, maybe it was. And dude, if they have the other dude doing the thing and Mark doing the voice, and like if it works, it works. Like,
You got
I
to
don't
do Mark
care.
doing the voice. Like whoever, if you were gonna cast somebody, you cannot have that guy do the voice. Nobody but Mark Hamill can do that voice.
But what if that wasn't Mark and it was really good in this last episode?
Yeah, okay, then do that. You know, but
Yeah.
nothing short of that. So
It's probably a combo, dude. They probably layered it or something.
I think it was Mark, bro. I mean, come on. You're going to bring him in there, and he's going to be part of it for
Yeah.
over a year, and they're going to be like, yeah, you know, we're going to get someone else to do the voice. It's like, No,
Yeah.
what? The cadence,
We should have
the tone, everything. They're just regulated on
That's
their
fair. That's fair. That's fair. He probably either way was there recording lines. I'm interested to see what they actually used, though. We'll see.
Yeah, they will never drop the father-son tone of Star Wars, or they suffer again. Star Wars is not Transformers. I agree. So Ian McDermott said in the making of Revenge of the Sith, he's like, this movie can be really called Fathers and Sons. And it's true.
Definitely.
Palpatine is the
Definitely.
father to Anakin, Anakin to Luke, Din to Grogu.
Yeah, it's a big part of it, man. It's about family for sure.
Galen Erso.
Yeah. True.
Well, for fathers and daughters, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Parent and child. Whatever, man. What if Boba Fett and Din go back to bounty hunters? If they blow away past the sequel trilogy, don't you think they would have to do at least a few lines explaining what Rey's legacy was in the galaxy? No.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you think about it from where she's at now, definitely not. Unless she goes on to do anything else. What she's done is mostly been in the shadows.
Hey, man, it was okay to let the past die, kill it if you have to, with everything else, the last 6 movies, so I can apply the same logic.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they do, but I don't think I think they can go far ahead, and I don't think people would be mad.
No, man, they just create their own timeline. You focus on other characters, and I mean, that's it. That's all. You don't have to.
And then just slide a Grogu in there. You slide an old Grogu in there, and then it's like bada boom, bada bing.
It's like, oh, okay, so this is a way after. All right, fine. Do you think Kenobi will fix some of the problems in Episode 3? What problems? My opinion, I did not feel the emotion of Anakin's turn due to how fast it was and the dialogue. I want to see more emotion and less high ground scenes. Well, there was one high ground scene, okay? Anakin's turn was done over 3 movies and the Clone Wars. So, I mean, you have to really look at that, and that turn isn't really a momentary turn. It is premeditated for the course of his life after the age of... Well, I would even say his whole life. So he moved to Tatooine when I think he was like 2 or something like that. Was it the novel says this? And he was put in...
I have no idea.
He was put into slavery. He always felt hopeless, like he could never help his mother. Finally, he becomes a Jedi, and his mom dies because he wasn't strong enough. The Jedi hold him back. They don't teach him what he needs to know. He's been talking about wanting to save his mother for the longest time. They don't let him do it. They hold back his powers. He is but they keep preaching that he's the chosen one. He's this and that. And then he trains Ahsoka. Everyone calls him master. And then at the end of the day, Mace Windu is like, yeah, you're not a master. So he's like, okay, well, that's a slap in the face. You know what? I don't even care about that title. I don't care about you being disrespectful. I just need the rank of master so I can go into the restricted section to learn how to stop my wife from dying from these dreams and visions. Anakin's most powerful ability that people don't know about, and it was said in the books, that was completely erased after he lost to Obi-Wan on Mustafar, was his ability to see into the future. His premonitions were the most powerful of any Jedi. And so this is what led him to really believe these different visions and dreams he would have. Whether Palpatine planted those or not is irrelevant and has yet to be discussed. So he's been having these his entire life of things. He'll see things before they happen. And this is something that Qui-Gon said in Episode 1, is that he has Jedi reflexes. He sees things before they happen, but to a grander scale where he actually has dreams of things and then they actually happen. So he's been leading up to this. He knows this, and when he has that about his mom, he's like, oh crap, here it is. And he's been having dreams about her constantly, and Obi-Wan's like, your thoughts betray you, Anakin. It's like, whatever, man. If she dies, just let go of your attachments. And then Yoda, let go of everything you fear to lose. It's like, oh, what the hell, dude? He's seeking all this advice and help from people and doesn't get anything, doesn't get anywhere. They hold him back from his training, and they just treat him like a joke. And all of his concerns are just like thwarted away with whatever. All they care about is politics. All they care about is, adhering to the Senate and all this garbage. So it's like, where does he move? So finally, when someone comes out and says, I know how to cheat death, he just wants his wife to be alive. And the way you can cheat death is by becoming extremely dark in the Force and using the dark side to bring out this power. And only through that will you be able to achieve the power to save your wife from certain death. In order to do this, you have to kill younglings. You got to betray your friends. You got to basically do what I'm telling you to do. You got to sell your soul to the devil, and once you do, then you will be able to save her life. He does all of this and then loses to Obi-Wan. He's not necessarily an evil person at the core for his own ego. He is doing, at the end of the day, he is doing all of this out of frustration, pent-up anger for everything that they have done to him and held him back on. And now he's trying to save his wife. You know, so he is in this corner. So then when you see that moment and you're like, oh, this is not an instant turn. This is just him with his entire life of 22 years behind him and all the pressure just adding up to that one moment where Mace Windu didn't make it any easier. He just tried to kill Palpatine. He's like, even there, he's like, yo, stop. This is not the Jedi way. We need him. Let's just put him on trial. And then he has control of the Senate's in the course. He's too dangerous to be left alive. Oh, no, I'm going to kill him. It's like, no! In that last second, all of that in his moment of 22 years of living flashed, and he chopped off his hand. Palpatine took that and seized the opportunity, killed Mace Windu, and it was too late.
Yeah.
It was too late at that point. If he had gone to the Jedi and said, oh, no, this is what I did, they would have thrown him in jail, and then his wife would have died. So, it's a slippery slope, and then that's what happened. So, you know, not to get into a tangent, but yeah, that's his whole life, man. You know, and also not to mention, when he did kill the Tusken Raiders, that was his first real step into the dark side, where he actually tasted what it felt like to have this true power. And in the books, it was explaining things so much more in detail, where he was moving through the Force like this vampire, and he was just a blur, and he was throwing boulders and rocks at these Tusken Raiders and the kids and the women and the children and the men and everybody, and he felt that thirst, that taste of blood, and he became a vampire at that point, a vampire for the dark side.
Such a cool character. He's so interesting from an archetypical perspective too, because he's kind of like God, right? So in a sense, he's like God walking in this world, and his emotional waxing and waning, the ramifications of that are epic in proportion, as they would be if you were like a god. And so I think that is so cool on a mythic scale, because you're seeing this being which really represents all of us and our own like power. And what you see is the extreme depiction of what that can be: love, hate, fear, possession, you know, all these different things. You see it manifest. And with Anakin, it manifests in an extreme way. But that's Star Wars, right? It's extreme, it's opera, it's crazy, it's cool. So like I love attacking it from the diegetic angle of like the story, but I also love thinking about it from like, man, like this like mythic, like this is like kind of speaking to a part of me, right? Like all of us have Anakin inside of us. We all feel that all these external things are not allowing us to grab onto the potential that we feel. There's this side of the ego that drives mankind to this place. And the Jedi, that's why George says always, it's one of two, ladies and gentlemen. It is not that complicated. You are either on the path to oblivion or you're on the path to salvation. You know what I mean? It's pretty cut and dry. Do you act selfless or do you act selfish? You know what I mean? And Anakin flips to selfishness out of fear. He flips to selfishness out of fear. You know what I mean? This is a kid that originally was very selfless. He's such a good kid, dude. He's so pure. He's so pure. And we watch it just go a bad way. You know what I mean? I think the lesson is we're all capable of that. There's a shadow self in all of us. There's an Anakin Skywalker in all of us. You know.
Well, I think it's like, you know, any being when you're just pushed to a certain extent. And that's why I always connected with Anakin the most. I looked up to Luke when I was a little boy. I'd say age 6 to 12, I was, you know, Luke was my hero. And then Anakin wasn't necessarily my hero, but he was my story almost. You know, when I was a kid, it was something, well, I'm not going to get into me, but it was just something that resonated with me. And I can really understand why he became the way he became, because people just bugged him so much.
Yeah. No, I do. Trust me. I totally get you. Especially like that's a big thing when you're a kid too. I think, which is so cool, because George knew that and he purposely wrote the character that way, knowing young people would understand that, because in some ways kids are way more honest than adults. They just speak what they feel. They just talk about what's going on in their world. You know what I mean? They're very open. Adults tend to, play pretend in some ways more than kids,
Yeah.
with like, our emotions and stuff. So yeah, man, I was also very attracted to the character of Anakin and to his struggle. Yeah, it's a really cool thing. I don't even know how we got on this.
I
That
don't
was a
know,
super chat.
but
That was a super.
that's the beauty of this podcast, is that it always leads us to different places.
Yeah, and my short-term memory obviously is not very good because I don't remember how we got here. But
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, there's the spam again. Well, all right. Too much.
spam ain't cool, guys.
Don't want it.
Not
Yeah,
cool.
it just makes me have to turn. I don't want to turn on the pay to talk system. I hate that. Like, but whatever. That's what it's there for. So, um, my favorite part about your show is when you guys have opposite opinions, yet are so cool and respectful to each other's thoughts. Even deep dive further to see each point of view. Role models for all fans. Yeah, I think we do that really well. We're bros and
Yeah.
we're homies, and it's
Yeah.
okay to have a different opinion.
And
It's
I also
totally
like
fine.
learning more about yeah, I think that we're both curious souls is what it is. You know what I mean? Like I don't ever want to put down someone's thing, or if I disagree with it, especially someone that I know really likes Star Wars and is like kind of well thought. I want to know sort of where the thoughts are coming from with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's maybe I wouldn't say role model. I wouldn't put us in that.
It's a good example. It's a positive example of how to
Yeah, it's a positive
yeah, how
example.
to
Exactly, it's a
yeah.
good word for it. We're just see you can have differing opinions, and that's totally fine. It's like, because you believe something doesn't mean that that negates how I feel at all, or vice versa. And it's like, what's the big deal?
Yeah, and honestly, like, even if like I'm, by the way, totally okay with being wrong too. That's another thing. I feel like
That's the
people
thing. Yeah,
all over the internet, like for some reason, there's this thing now where we can't be wrong or we can't feel one way and then change the way we feel. You know what I mean? It's so
defensiveness drives
weird.
me insane.
Yeah, it's so weird.
I was like that when I was younger, and I feel like that's a young thing. And eventually, you mess up so much in life that you're like, you know what, man, I'm human, dude. And the only way for me to actually improve is to own up and be like, yeah, I was wrong. I made a mistake. I could be better. And you become a better model of version of yourself, and that's what life is all about. That's the evolution of your character arc.
Yeah. Yes.
Realizing your faults and bettering them like a machine. I mean, like scanning. Okay, this is defective. I'm gonna add this and change this, tweak that. I'm now upgraded. 2.0, 3.0, and you just keep going. Otherwise, you stay the same person. You just get older. Like,
Yeah,
what the hell is the point of that?
which would be lame.
It's
Yeah.
lame. You see that with
Life is
people all
so
the time,
cool.
man. You
Yeah, it
see
sucks,
old
man.
old
Life is so
buttholes all the
cool.
time.
I know. I feel like you should get charged up. You should live life on fire as much as possible. You know what I mean? And find the good stuff in life and stick to that. You know?
Yeah, man. We're only here for a certain amount of time, and then
Mm,
we're dead.
mm.
So, and
Amen.
who knows what happens tomorrow, man? Maybe
Yeah.
no one knows. The future isn't promised ever. So, Luke's use of the Force crush speaks volumes about his philosophy about the Force in such multifaceted way. Cool scene disguised as a huge plot point. Me too. Yeah, that's something I really touched on in like a few of my videos
Yeah.
about Luke already. Am
I
I the
liked
only
your
one?
take on it with the droid. How he was okay with it because it was a droid,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah. Whereas Anakin did it on a freaking living being. Oh God. He's like, yeah, whatever, man. Oh. Am I the only one who wanted to see the Jedi Council member with the body of a snake fight with a lightsaber? That would have been awesome to watch. Oh, frick, who's that dude? Del Gormo? Or no,
I
the
don't
other one.
know.
The other one from the Phantom Menace. Oh, I don't even know his name. He's like a
I don't
snake.
even. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I'd
like
have
a
to see
snake
that guy
Jedi.
again.
It's so bizarre. He's got like
Yeah.
a beard, I think, or something. I don't know. Favreau
Sounds
said
cool.
today that the Book of Boba Fett is in December and Mandalorian won't even begin production until that time. Shows are not same time. Half, just wanted to say I love watching you guys. I've watched you guys both for a while on your own. You guys work beautifully together. Look forward to Mondays for seeing you on your own panel during the next celebration. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. I think regardless, celebration is going to be a great time, and we will be there, and we will be having a great time with a bunch of people. So yeah, celebration is something to really look forward to.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be awesome.
It'll be awesome.
2 out of 2 grew up watching the OGs with my parents. Watched the theatrical press with my bro. Theatrical prees with my bro, and the sequels with my wife. I love all Star Wars. I love you guys. Thanks for all the material you bring. Keep it going. Hey, we're not gonna stop, man. We appreciate you guys for showing the love, and we're gonna keep it going. So, I love you, man. Thanks, Adam. Anakin's character arc was great. It was YouTube just made me lose it.
No, YouTube.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Be nice if they figured that out.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know where I was now. Theory, you just gave me flashbacks when I was 10 after Revenge of the Sith came out, and I'm arguing with other kids that, in fact, there was already an episode 4, 5, and 6. Good to know I wasn't the only one, but you and Josh keep on being awesome. Oh, thanks, Sarah. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was tough.
Rock and roll.
It was tough with, like, certain kids and stuff after Revenge of the Sith. Or after any of the prequels came out. They were just such buttholes about it.
I don't know. Maybe I was at a really small school, but like all the peeps in my school like dug it, dude. I don't know.
Must be nice. Yeah, I only
Maybe
found that
didn't hang
online.
out with them.
I was on online forums, and
Well, I was at a very small school. It was 150 people in our graduating class, so it was a pretty small.
right.
town.
So you probably had a small town, or more grounded people, a little nicer, and not such buttholes.
Yeah, that's fair.
They should do the Luke series from the point of view of the Empire, like they are telling ghost stories. Call it Legends of Luke Skywalker. Yeah, there was a book like that, and it was.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was kind of lame for me because it was just like things that he never did.
Hey, it felt so weird. Some of them were really cool though.
Some of them, yeah, were cool, but it was like, okay, man, like, when you play telephone as a kid and like you say like banana peel and it ends up being like Goosefoot or something, like
Sure.
down the trail of lines. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
They were talking like they were saying how he like jumped out of his X-wing in space and like slashed ships with his lightsaber, and he's just like floating in space and stuff. And it's like, what the hell, dude?
Well, have you ever read Lords of the Sith?
Yeah.
At the beginning of that book, Vader does a move like that.
Yeah.
Remember, he flies his tie into... Dude, it's incredible. He flies his tie into this hole.
It's canon, by the way, guys. You should read it.
And it's canon, mofos. And he floats through freaking space like a bad ass.
He has a suit. He can do that.
I know. It's incredible, though. And I want to see it in live action now.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I just want to see someone bring down a Star Destroyer with the Force.
Yeah, super. Yeah, it'd be sweet. I'd be into that.
You should react to. Oh yeah, okay. When's Mando season 3 coming out? December 2021.
2022.
Do you think it's gonna be delayed?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think Mando could temporarily die next season finale with the Darksaber passing on to Bo, and then Grogu to show up to then heal Mando and resurrect him with his trained powers? I mean, it's possible, but
Possible. I'm
I
not
don't see that
super fond
happening.
of resurrection. I think resurrection should be like not used a lot.
Yeah. Plagueis thought resurrection was so lame.
Well, I mean, think
Essence
about it.
transfer.
It's the whole reason. You literally just went on a tirade explaining basically that the whole thing with Anakin kind of came down to like wanting to save Padme, wanting to bring her back to life potentially if she died, right? So, yeah, you can't just have that then be dangled all over the canon.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Imagine if Ben Solo and Grogu were rivals in the new Academy. Grogu would be strong but silent one, with Ben being an overconfident one. So like an Obi-Wan Anakin kind of thing.
maybe. I feel like Kylo's shy. I feel like he's.
I feel like Kylo's a nice kid.
Yeah, Yeah, with just like a
Ben.
super dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, he's like Anakin. He's just
Yeah,
not as
exactly.
powerful.
Yeah, no, he's nowhere near as powerful as Anakin. But I would say he's probably freakishly powerful. Like,
Yes,
and
in weird
probably
ways. Like there's some
in
powers that he
weird
can
ways.
do that are just like weird.
You know what it is? This kind of freaks me out to even say, but like when I was a kid, and look, I was just a kid, you know what I mean? I was just a kid or whatever, but I would used to do these things when people would really piss me off at school, where I'd like imagine that I had powers and that I could actually hurt them.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Like I could really hurt them. Well, dude, think about this. What if you like were Ben Solo? Like you could do that, and then that would be whew, yeah. It'd be tough, bro.
Yeah.
Because look, the
Yeah, I used to think of very, very dark stuff.
Me too. Me too. I think most kids do. I think that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, imagine a kid that actually had powers and could do that, and then imagine the guilt, the shame. You know what I mean? Yeah, it would mess you up.
Yeah.
Could be kind of cool.
Yeah, makes me wonder if I had, Homelander's powers. If I was, would I be a good person? Would I be controlled?
We'd have to save you. We'd have to bring you to the light. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a weird person, man. I'm like, I am so loving of the people that I really like, and then if you bother me, like really don't like you.
Yeah. And then you're like Palpatine.
I'm like Homelander in that scene with the crowd.
Oh, dude, that scene's crazy.
That's one of the coolest scenes on TV.
I was hoping that it was real when I saw it. I was like,
yeah.
Oh boy. I was actually kind of salty that it wasn't real, to be honest.
That was one of the coolest scenes in all of cinema.
Freaked me out. Freaked me out. Yeah.
Do you think Luke contracts Mando to find Force-sensitive young in following seasons? Yeah. No, not Mando. I think he finds them himself.
Yeah, exactly. Luke doesn't need that help. Like,
no, to Luke, Mando's a chump. He's just whatever.
Yeah, dude.
I don't care.
Like, yeah.
He's like, yeah, you need your freaking armor, dude. I am the armor.
Yeah, for real, though. Do you see that spin movement? He spin moves, back blocks.
Did you like the back block Anakin thing?
Oh, dude. I mean, you slow that thing down, you can really get into that Luke sequence. Yeah.
It's so beautiful, man. I love your work theory, and you helped me get through 2020. Do you think Ahsoka as Fulcrum could be in Jedi Fallen Order 2? Yeah, maybe. That'd be neat. I think, with the success of Fallen Order, they're going to go next level now, and they're going to be like, all right, let's push it up a little bit. Let's put the characters who are out in the galaxy. I mean, they were talking about Yaddle in Fallen Order.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah.
Grease, he was like, he was talking about, maybe we'll see that, that there. And then Seer's like, well, you mean Master Yoda? And he's like, no, Yaddle.
Yeah, I think he was into her, right? It's kind of implied he had a thing for her.
Yeah, either way, he mentioned her like she was going to come back.
Yeah, he swiped right, dude.
The fact that Din gets the Darksaber and earned the right to rule Mandalore by saving the Mandalorians' old enemy, a Jedi, so poetic. The first time in my 20 years that I've shed a happy tear.
Wow.
Yeah, the show has made me cry happy quite a bit. It's weird.
Yeah, it's crazy how good this season is. I think about the Ahsoka episode, which is, to me, a piece of art. And then I think about this last episode, which is equally just... I've honestly... it's perfect. It's a perfect episode, so... Yeah, dude, we're so spoiled. It's ridiculous, dude. Like, this is kind of wild.
Paul Bateman mentioned you theory on Rebel Force Radio at 2650. Josh, you crack me up. Keep it up. Loving the show. Thanks, man. Cool. How often do you upload content for Join members? Not really often. I mean, I post stuff that's exclusive for you guys here and there, but mainly the money just goes to projects that, well, one of which you're going to see tomorrow that took a couple years to make. Very expensive projects, but hopefully you get a kick out of it. Also, you get exclusive art every month, starting, I'd say, in a few days from Venomous. Exclusive just for you guys. every month. Yo Theory, me and my brother stayed up till 3 a.m. in the morning to watch the stream. Keep it up. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I didn't sleep that day for, I think it was 26 or 27 hours.
My sleep schedule is still messed up, dude.
Effed, right?
I'm still trying to recover.
I slept at 7 today. 7 a.m.
Oh man, and I had that stream on Sunday, that charity stream at 7 a.m. It went
how'd it
awesome,
go?
by the way.
Nice.
Oh, it went awesome. We raised like $1,300.
Awesome, dude.
Awesome.
Great.
Yeah, great way to start the day. But yeah, that was weird, like being up for that, and I was like, oh man, like I didn't. Yeah, so I'm still kind of wrecked.
We should do a charity stream, man.
Oh, we definitely should. We should do a big one.
A big one.
Yeah. I have some ideas. I learned a lot doing this one. So
did you do the fundraiser thing that YouTube implements?
No. So that's the thing. I didn't know about that, and I wish I had known about that. And I'm currently trying to get in touch with YouTube to try to retroactively do that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna fill the 30% gap, like with my own money or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I found out about that.
Which is cool because it just like directly will go to them. It's sweet.
I really wish I had known about it, dude. Like
I've never used it. I've always I didn't really know about it until
I just saw it on the stream. I went into like one of the, because it was a whole day of streaming. It was really cool. Zach showed up a bunch during the day. His wife Debbie showed up.
Wait, what?
Talked about
Zach's.
Yeah, he showed up. Oh yeah, so
on your stream?
No, not on my stream.
Oh, okay.
He shows up. So he's like super tight with a lot of the Snyder Cut fans and YouTubers, because obviously they helped him
make it
be
happen.
able to make the movie, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's very kind with his time to those fans, which I think is fantastic.
That's really nice to see.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a cool day yesterday.
So where did you see him? He didn't come on your stream. Where'd he go?
He popped up like literally, I think 5 times throughout the day on
Where?
Different streams. Various channels, man. Like at least 4 or 5 different channels. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was sweet. And he had interesting things to say. Some people asked him interesting questions. I mean, like this is a guy that wants to rent out a theater like in Hawaii when the film actually comes out, just for him and all of the most hardcore Snyder Cut fans. And they also, this number,
you just got to fly to Hawaii for it.
Right. Well, yeah, that's the only thing, right? That's the catch.
Is that where he lives?
But no, they were just talking about like just some cool place that would be like a big IMAX theater. Yeah, that would. I mean, dude, that would be ridiculous. But yeah, it's a really close community. I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I'm not super in that world. Like that's the thing. Like I've covered the Snyder Cut and I've covered some of this DC stuff, but that's not really my world. Yeah. So I was kind of. I was honored to even be a part of it. Mm-hmm. So we did sort of our thing to start the day off, and then we sort of led into more of the Snyder Cut stuff. But yeah, great experience.
That's cool, man. I'm happy it went well.
Yeah,
raise some money. I'd say Ahsoka better swordsman because trained by Obi-Wan and Anakin, but Luke is better with the Force. Yeah, I'd say Luke is better with the Force, but also you got to realize Luke was trained by Yoda, who trained Dooku. He was also trained by Obi-Wan, and if you notice the way he was fighting, there was a lot of Form 5, Anakin's Form 5 in there. So, I don't know if it's like a natural gift where he just fights like his dad, but it was pretty sweet. He used a whole bunch of different moves.
Yeah, the techniques looked pretty on point. Of course, so did Ahsoka.
You keep talking. I'm gonna go pee pee.
Yeah, do you think?
Go pee pee.
I'll pontificate about these two Jedis. I do agree that Ahsoka is probably a better fighter. She was, I think, considered to be really, really strong with her saber skills. Luke was never really known. I mean, like obviously, like the story of Luke as he comes up, he's not really known for much at all, other than blowing up the Death Star and doing some epic other stuff. As far as on an individual lightsaber level, no. Like he gets his butt whooped by Vader. I guess he does beat Vader in Jedi, so there's some improvement there. Yeah, I don't think Vader could kill his son. So yeah, I'd have to give it to Ahsoka. But here's the thing: Luke at this point, and we sort of talked about this a lot. He's so in tune with the Force it's scary. Did you see that Force Crush? I mean, I just don't see Ahsoka being able to actually beat Luke if Luke has to turn it on. I kind of think he might be able to hold her down on the ground damn near effortlessly with the Force with the power that he has. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe if he didn't resort to that, I could see a scenario in which she beats him, in like a duel, and she's kind of like, haha, you're bested or whatever. But like if it was serious, no way. Like, in my opinion, 0% chance Ahsoka beats Luke Skywalker. But I don't know. What do you think, chat? You let us know. Put a 1 in if you think Ahsoka would win, and put a 2 in if you think Luke Skywalker would win. And then we can kind of just see where you guys are at. I'm actually not looking at the chat right now, but maybe I'll open it up. See what you guys are saying.
So yeah, I think the thing with Vader was that he definitely couldn't come to kill his son, for sure. So, he was just toying with him. The Vader we got in Rogue One versus the Vader we got in Return of the Jedi. Every time he was fighting Luke, he wanted him to turn him, or he just wanted, just toying with him. And then, like that whole thing where he's like, oh, I'm going to turn your sister. It's like, he's just freaking toying with him. He's just trying to get him to turn to the dark side. That was it.
Yeah.
And then Luke springs it on him, and he's like, okay, well, I guess, too late now.
Yeah.
And that's because Luke turned on the dark side within himself and started fighting with emotion. And then he realized, well, if I continue down this path, I'm just going to be like Daddy.
Yep. I'm going to be a robot like my dad. I better not do that.
Hey, guys. I'm the Mando Merc who said Boba got too much of a makeover to die last week. Had no clue it would be this good, though. Also, please send positive vibes. I'm a nurse who caught COVID. Hey, Michael, thanks for your service, man, and for helping out everybody, and I hope you're going to be okay.
Amen. Thoughts with you, for sure.
I wanted Mando to ask Luke his name, and then be like, Luke Skywalker. Yeah, that'd be cool. But it kind of makes me think that nobody knew, and that's why they didn't ask him what his name was. Like the actors?
Yeah.
Like it was just kept under wraps.
Right, exactly.
Like, do you think they actually saw, like in front of them, they're like, oh, Luke's going to be here.
Chance.
I bet you in the script they're probably like.
That's why I think, again, that they probably didn't shoot Mark. Because the thing is, if you shoot Mark, SGA, like there's a lot of red tape that goes into all of this. Leaks come from the red tape. Leaks come from the changing of information, the exchanging of hands. In order to keep it a secret, they probably shot skeleton crew. It's possible they brought Mark in. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that they didn't, but almost every bit of casting, official casting, leaked. How do we know about Boba? Deadline reported that, Tamara Morrison was leaked. It got leaked.
Yeah.
How do we know about Cobb Vanth? It got leaked.
Yeah.
So the fact that Luke didn't get leaked indicates to me that likely, Mark probably wasn't shot. But I'm sorry, what was the question? I'm horrible tonight. I have this migraine. I'm not on my game.
They just wanted him to say Luke. I'm Luke Skywalker. What's your name?
That would have been dope.
Yeah.
But you're right. So you had indicated to sort of circle the point. I think no, I do not think they knew about Luke. I think they were just as surprised as us.
Happy birthday to Samuel Jackson. Favreau said in an interview, Boba is the production now, and Mando will start right after. Don't mean to sound like a lore nerd, but Lando destroyed the second Death Star with Wedge, but maybe the Empire thought it was Luke again. Yeah, as I said, right after I said that, I was like, Lando destroyed it, but, which you might not have heard, but to the Empire, it's all about Luke, man.
This guy hit you with that. I don't want to be a lore nerd, however,
The fact Din gets the Darksaber, well, it's like I just literally, whatever. The fact that Din gets the Darksaber and earned the right to rule Mandalore by saving the Mandalorian's old enemy, a Jedi Grogu, is so poetic. I think I read that one. How do you think Leia knew about Obi-Wan? Oh, probably just her dad told her. I have a good friend. I don't know.
Yeah, you mean, Bail probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, we know it was Bail, right? Because Mon Mothma asks Bail
in Rogue One.
Yeah, about the Jedi friend.
Yeah. But
and then at
to
the end,
Leia, does he tell Leia that?
For sure. Where do you think she's going at the end
Since
of
she was a kid.
it? Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking. Not in that moment, but since
Yeah.
she was a kid. I love the dynamic between you two, like Obi and Annie.
Yeah. We're a little light dark side. It's nice. It's a nice combo.
Which
I
is
think
kind of
it's
like our logo.
Yeah, exactly. And we didn't even like you didn't tell them to do that when they did the logo. They just
Yeah.
did the light.
Yeah. Benny just did that, and it works, man.
Yeah.
Let me pop it up on screen. Plug.
Plug.
Where do you think we're gonna go from here? Do you think we're gonna get like what's another show that we need to have announced?
Kira and Maul, probably.
Do you think Lando is basically that?
I think Lando will actually tie into that.
I'd love a Maul show.
I think they're gonna play around in that Solo universe, much like we're playing around in Mando world.
I think a Maul show is what we need, man.
I think it would be sick.
Yeah. I really want Luke
Kira.
to meet Ahsoka. Right. So this is the thing that I want to see is that Ahsoka, in the Ahsoka show, could meet Luke and she could meet Grogu again. Or vice versa in the Luke show if we get a Luke show. Do you think we'll get a Luke show or no? They're gonna keep it
I hope
more.
we get a Luke show. I hope we get a Luke show. I think it's gonna be a while either way, but yeah, I would I'd like a Luke show. I really would. Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be a beautiful scene. She's talking about Anakin and he's. When Ahsoka imminently starts messing with time travel, somehow ends up making Yoda and Grogu the same character as the final twist of the final. Nah, no more time travel.
Hey man, have fun with that stuff. You know, it's fun to do all that speculation. I just can't lend an objective thumbs up to it. I just don't think they're gonna do that.
Yeah. Imagine if Anakin, as a form of a ghost, tells Ahsoka about Luke. Hayden needs to return as a Force ghost rather than a voice. Right. Well, there's a reason that he's not talking to her. And I want to make a video on it, actually. When Luke Skywalker, when Luke Skywalker making an appearance and the Mandalorian Smith season 1 mentions Mandalore the Ultimate, I'm wondering if Lord Revan himself will make any references or Din finding his helmet.
Oh, he says like, will Din find anything? Like, will we get any Revan stuff in Mando 3 or stuff like that?
What about in the Taika show, if it's Old Republic?
Yeah, certainly could happen. Yeah, absolutely.
What if Mace Windu shows up in the Boba Fett show? It would honestly make sense for Boba's story. So many people are angry about that, man. They're like, I don't want Mace Windu. No. It's like, why not, man?
Why? Mace Windu's fan-freaking-tastic. Look, that's fine, man. Like, but I challenge these people in this regard. Are you really not gonna watch it? Like, are you really?
No, they'll watch it. That's the thing. They'll watch it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, if you say that, I don't think you really understand how the story of Mace Windu, how powerful he was. He was literally second in command to Yoda and sometimes first in command. He was the most powerful. So you're telling me he gets his hand chopped off, gets a little bit of lightning. Okay, the lightning was pretty high, okay? But it was pretty concentrated, full power lightning. But, well, actually, yeah, maybe it cooked his brain.
Could have cooked his brain, but here's the thing. I think the main thing is if freaking Darth Maul can come back from being cut in half, if Bib Fortuna can get blown up on Jabba's barge, maybe we should just chill out.
If Anakin can come back from what happened to him,
dude, right? Like, let's think about this just a little bit, guys.
And
like,
and Vader,
fantasy.
Yeah, Vader got electrocuted too, so. But he had breathing problems.
Let's not even go where Palpatine. Let's not even go there.
Let's not even go there, dude.
Literally, nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. So don't talk to me. Oh, yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Yeah. Anyways, they should do the Luke series from the point of view of the Empire, right? Messing with my UK sleeping, but I love the podcast. We love you too, Ben Jones. Shout out to the UK. We love you all. Anyone here from the UK besides Ben Jones?
Shout out to the Brits.
Shout out to the Brits, man. We love you guys. Stay safe.
They're going through it right now. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Stay
man.
safe.
Have you noticed not a single protagonist died in season 2? Unless I am wrong, can you think of anyone? Nope.
No. Nope. No.
Mark is a voice actor. Excuse me, and a great one at
true.
that. I don't think they would need to edit his voice in any way. Well, they would.
I don't know if he's that great of a voice actor. The homie's very grizzled. His voice is very different.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like he did when he was, 30.
Yeah, Neil Young,
that's just what happens.
when he was older and he would sing Old Man, he would never be able to sound like the old Neil Young. That's just not how vocal cords work. So that's an absurd, that's funny though, that your skill of a voice actor could make you defy genetics. That would be quite fantastic. If you were that skilled, wow, wouldn't that be something to see? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, technology, man, just regulate it down or whatever,
Technology. Tech is the way. That's what they did.
I mean, he has the cadence. He is Luke Skywalker. It would make sense, and that would just make it more authentic and feel right.
Yeah.
Why
Apparently
not?
that voice guy does his voice in a lot of stuff though. That sounded just like Luke. I think he did the voice in the Battlefront 2 campaign. Oh, I love that.
Oh no, I did like Luke's voice. Did I like Luke's voice? I can't remember.
It was the scene where he
I didn't like Ben's voice.
Compass.
Kylo's voice in that game.
Oh. Is he in that Battlefront 2 game in the campaign? Oh, he is. There's that mission with him, isn't there? You play him and you kill all these weird things.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah. It's like a dream walk sequence or something.
Yeah, that level was stupid, dude. They should not have put that in there. That level was dumb.
Yeah, and we get one level with Luke. Come on.
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll do more. They do have them,
You don't have to read this, but I really hope the rumors of drama between Pedro and the showrunners are not true because I want Pedro to stay. I don't know anything about it, man, and yeah, I don't.
He was really good in the last episode.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
He really, in my opinion, proved his value in the last episode. So look, who knows what's going on for sure. Hopefully he's back.
Yeah. They gave Mark Hamill credit in the credits. They would have to give credit legally. Well, because they use his face. Sure. His
likeness, right?
Yeah, think using Mark Hamill with CGI to de-age was a tribute to OG fans. Mark's involvement has been kept quiet for a year without leaking. I love from Japan. Hey, love from Canada, Lee.
Nice. I want to go to Japan so bad.
Yeah,
dude.
me too, man. Yeah, I think it was a tribute for sure, but I think they also just wanted to see fan reaction. To see okay, people really like this. Or should we just cast someone? If they cast someone else, it just wouldn't have had the same feeling. I'm sorry, man. It just wouldn't. There's no way.
We'll see. I'm still holding strong on the fact that I really don't think he was filmed at all. And I actually don't think he was filmed or recorded. So we'll see. It's a gentleman's bet officially.
All right.
We'll see.
It's all right. Thoughts? What do you think Boba is going to be up to? Oh, he's going to be kicking booty, man.
What do you think he's going to be up to?
He's going to be the bad boy, man. He's going to be Tony Montana.
Yeah. Come on, man.
In 77, I was 13 in 77, living in a car as my childhood was pretty bad. I saw Star Wars and I finally had a family and hope. Luke was my hero. Instead of drugs, I got GED, went in the Navy, and now an engineer. Star Wars saved my life. Yes, wow. Colleen. I love it. I love hearing stories like that. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking cool.
It's, and this is another testament as to how powerful these stories really are and these characters really are to people. And then it gives them hope and lets them see life in a different light, regardless what they're going through in the real world. And at the end of the day, I'm going to get a little Morpheus. What is real?
Yeah. Well, did you know that James Cameron was a truck driver when he saw Star Wars, and it made him say he had to give film a real shot?
Didn't know. I didn't know,
crazy.
Man. Didn't know. Well, look at what we're doing, We get to talk about Star Wars, and this is our living. I mean, it couldn't be,
wild.
I couldn't be more happy. I couldn't be more excited, and it's yeah, man. I want everyone to be able to do this. I want everyone to have a Star Wars YouTube channel. Just be authentic, you know. Be real and love the movies and don't do it for the clicks and the money. That's my only request if you ever do make a channel, because there's just too much of that out there. And
Agreed.
yeah, it's unfortunate. Exploiting my childhood for money is just
Pretty gross.
it just bugs me, man. Nothing wrong with making money, nothing wrong with making a living for sure, but when you just anyways,
Yeah, it bugs me.
Hey guys, love the show. John confirmed this morning on Good Morning America that Mark Hamill was on set and did filming. Woo!
No, he didn't. Like, I love you
what
guys.
the hell? John Favreau confirmed it on Good Morning America.
Love you guys,
and you're going to say
but
no?
I watched the interview. I have eyeballs.
Okay.
I watched the interview. I'm telling you right now, he didn't confirm that. He said that he was on set. I read the Screen Rant article. Do you know what I do for a living? Like, I understand what you guys are saying. You're going to set me off. Don't do it.
Oh, he didn't. So he didn't say that?
Hell no. But again, it's a gentleman's bet.
All right. Who would you like to see portray Thrawn? Benedict Cumberbatch is cool, but there are better people, I'm sure.
What do you think about Lars? Think Lars could do it? The guy that does the voice in Rebels. He's Mads Mikkelsen's brother.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That'd be cool.
Big time. So I'd love to see Matt Smith, Benedict Cumberbatch, or even just bring in Lars Mikkelsen. Even Tempest even says it himself. Yeah, those are all really good cast members. Saw all Bo-Katan episodes, and she does not have claim to the Darksaber. Maul beat her commander, and she betrayed him, knowing that winner rules Mandalore. Mando is now the rightful ruler, not Bo. I agree.
Yeah, I have it.
She never was the rightful ruler, ever.
She was never the rightful ruler. I agree. But regardless, I think the reason that Gideon says what he says in this episode is because he knows Mandalore will never unite under anyone unless they take the saber back specifically from Gideon. If Gideon was the one that glassed the planet and screwed them all over, you need the story of a Mandalorian taking that saber back from that man.
Yeah.
That's the story they need to unify.
Yeet.
So I think there's a lot actually at play with that. But
let's see what this poll. Let's see what you guys voted on.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay,
There's
so
also probably a recency bias, right?
in the last hour, 53,000 votes. Luke Skywalker scene 32%. Vader hallway scene 68%. Over 200%.
I don't believe it. It's because it's your channel.
Okay, do it on your channel. See what happens.
Yeah, well, we won't have 52,000 votes, I'll tell you that. That'll be the first thing that happens. Well, you win this round, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like the community is just growing so much, and it's just bringing in so many more people. It is so cool to see, man. I mean, it just felt like things were just stagnant or declining, and I just feel like, dude, I haven't. This is like, oh man, it's amazing. People were always talking about, oh, why do you always talk about the prequels or the originals? Why do you only make videos on the prequels? It's like, but that's what I love. It's like,
right.
That's what I enjoy.
Right.
And now it's like, dude, it's relevant again.
Yes.
Not just for me,
and
not just for other fans.
Exactly.
It's like, it's freaking relevant. This is so cool, and that's why this is only the beginning.
I know, it's wild. What a turnaround. And you're right, like I'm very grateful, dude, because I was struggling so much covering the sequels. It was mentally taxing. So this is so much better.
I covered it because it was relevant, and it was interesting at the time because it was the new fresh thing, right? And it was backpacking off of the last 6, and it was like all we had, and it's like, you're starving. Are you going to eat? I'm not going to name the food. Are you going to eat the food, or are you going to starve yourself and die? It's like, well, no, I'll eat it.
Also, right up till TLJ, things were good. So you know, like we don't have to go there, but right
We had
up
Rogue
till
One,
TLJ,
we had Force Awakens, which were kind of dope.
look, we were riding high, baby. 2016 was without. I think that is also part of it. That's kind of, and again, we don't have to go there, but I think that's kind of part of it. Is like, I remember walking into Target, man, the year Force Awakens came out, and it was like walking into freaking Disneyland with Star Wars, bro. Star Wars everywhere. I had people coming up to me at work, and they were like, hey, you like that Star Wars thing, huh? Well, I just saw the new one, you know. Blah, blah, blah. It was like a beautiful thing, man. It felt so cool, and to go from that to where we went, I think was part of the reason people got really bitter. And you're right. Now we're back. Like, everybody's talking about Star Wars, dude. Everybody's talking about Grogu. It's crazy, and people are excited about the new stuff. It's awesome.
It's amazing, man. It's great. It's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. I couldn't be happy. For me, it's like a dream come true, especially from where it was. And it's just, you know, when you're like, oh, I wish this would happen, and it actually does, and you're just every day you're still kind of living in like this. Did this really just happen, dude? Is this reality right now? This is too good. It's like you win the lottery. It's like this is such a small chance of happening, and it freaking happened.
And I mean, dude, think about season 2. Like, how crazy was this season, bro?
It was great.
I mean, like, you start with an hour-long episode.
Yeah.
Homie takes the pearl from the dragon.
Freaking everything, dude. Everything. Right.
Like,
and this is again harking back to when people say like, "Oh, it's fan service." It's like no, that's Star Wars. That's Star Wars.
Come on, guys. It's so cool.
That's what it is. There was an entire galaxy for 40 years. There's stories, rich stories for 40 years, and now they're being told. It's like this is not, you know, in the interview with George Lucas, he was talking about and Harry Rosener, if that's the gentleman's name. He's like, you know, he stopped himself from saying, you know, and Disney feels like they know it better than I do. They know Star Wars better than I do. And he stopped himself. He's like, and they feel like they know it, you know, and then he just stops and he pauses. But that's the thing. It's like with those 3 movies that just came out, it's like they did feel like they knew it better and they wanted to basically rewrite it. And he was talking about how he wanted every movie to be different. Every movie had to have a different feel, and these ones were just kind of like a rehash. They were just like a redo. It's like, well, why? Right? But just not as cool. And people can argue that, and that's fine. We can have that difference, and that's totally cool. And we can still be bros or broettes at the end of the day. It doesn't matter to me, but just be respectful to everyone's opinions. I'll be respectful to yours, you be respectful to mine. But at the end of the day, George always said, I make every movie different, and it was just the same thing. So now that we have Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, these people who... Well, Dave Filoni, who descends from George Lucas, he's like his son pretty much, and is referred to him as his son. We're now getting these stories that have been created for 40 years, and it is so freaking cool. This is not fan service. This is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Amen.
It's beautiful.
It is a beautiful thing, and it's like it's crazy too because we all wanted this, and I think just there was so much doubt and skepticism that we could get here, that we could get back to this place.
Oh, God.
And I've seen like so much excitement, enthusiasm, just joy, just pure joy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being brought into the world from this show, and having that come from Star Wars is beautiful for me. And yeah, man, we're very blessed. You know, 2020 again, a lot of darkness in 2020, and you know, a lot of people struggling and will continue to struggle moving into next year. But there is something to be said for the mythic status and the storytelling and those feelings of joy and being able to sort of pull you through the struggle. And yeah, we've spoken at it a lot here, but it's a beautiful thing. Luke Skywalker came in and I think saved 2020, man. Crazy. I would have never thought. Like I would have honestly never thought. But he did.
Yeah. He saved a lot of people, man. You know how many people are happy in their lives because of this?
I mean, and they have it now. It's a click. It's a couple clicks away. I mean, it's that is there for you. Reach for it. You know what I mean? If you need it, reach for it. Yeah, it's pretty. It's beautiful.
Love you, buddy.
I love you too,
well said. I saw all of Bo-Katan's. All right. What if Ezra saves Ahsoka in the World Between Worlds? And no, please, I don't want any more World Between Worlds.
No.
Create an alternate timeline they don't have to follow. No. Oh, I see. They created an alternate timeline they don't have to follow the story of the sequels. You know, I don't want them to... Look, sequels exist, I just don't have to talk about them. And neither do they. They can... There are so many different stories they can take, and for those people who adore the sequels, that's awesome, man. You have them, you know? They exist in your world, and that's great.
Yeah.
For me, they don't.
Exactly.
Do you think Din could actually beat Bo-Katan in... Oh, that's a good question. In an Agni Kai for the Darksaber.
Bo's pretty tough, bro.
Bo's pretty tough, man. I don't think Din could beat Bo.
No, which begs the question, how did Gideon beat her?
Yeah.
Did he pull some tricks? You know what I mean? Like, what was that about? I would really like to see that.
There was some leverage, man. Gideon has leverage. He has the Empire's power. He must have done something. It's like...
He must have, right? Yeah.
Distracted her somehow. Yeah, like...
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, think about the way he tried to take out Din. Pretty shady. Like, you can have him.
Yeah, man, he's a cheapo. Here, have him, and then when he turns his back, he just tries to frickin' kill him. Like, what a loser.
It actually did surprise me, believe it or not, because he sold me, like, Moff Gideon, when he said, like, I see your bond with him.
Yeah.
I actually felt it. I was like, whoa, cool.
He knows what he's doing. Like, he's a manipulative human being, so he knows what he's doing.
Super. Dude, he had me hook, line, and sinker, bro.
Played by a brilliant actor. Brilliant actor. So...
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think Bo would lose, man. Din showed his face because he said, "I'll see you again," and realized that Grogu's never seen him. Also, Mayfield called Din Brown Eyes in Season 2, Episode 7, in a callback to Season 1, Episode 6, Let Us All See Your Eyes. Oh, cool.
How about that? Interesting.
But also, how did Mayfield know that he has brown eyes?
Well, he only knew... He didn't say it brown eyes originally. He just said, let us see your eyes. But then for him to give him a nickname based on his eyes is kind of a cool callback, you know? They're pretty good.
Oh, wait, no, he already seen his face. What I'm saying, I'm an idiot.
Well, he saw his face in the one...
Yeah, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
When Luke removed his hood, I thought he was going to say hello there.
Yo!
Imagine.
Oh my God, where's the fan edit of that? Come on, internet.
Hello there. Am I the only one who wanted to see Jedi Council member with the... Oh, yeah, right. Luke's use of Force Crush... Right, we read that. YouTube mixes me up, man. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Jake. Anakin's character arc was great. It was built up from frustration from years of denial and disapproval. Yeah, and his mom dying.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. I would like if Bo mentioned Satine and Obi-Wan being a thing to Luke. Also having it come out that Padme was seeing Obi-Wan on the side. What the frick? Just makes things deeper. The I hate you line has more meaning.
Funny.
No, dude.
Those memes are funny, but no.
There was nothing going on with Obi-Wan and Padme ever.
No way.
Ever.
No.
I just lost it again. Come on! I'm doing this. I put a penny in here for every time Mike Zero said someone was hired or fired from Star Wars. Heh to the fandom. Oh, thanks, Ross. You know, man, I don't think Mike Zero is a bad person. I think he's just doing his thing, and you know, I wish him the best. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe you're into it. Maybe it's not for you.
Yeah.
I know his stuff personally not for me.
I don't watch his content.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish him the best, man. You know, no ill will.
I bet he loves Star Wars.
He does love Star Wars, yeah. I've spoken to him in the past. He does love Star Wars very much. He is a true Star Wars fan. He's definitely passionate about this, which is more than I can say for some others. Yoda's series in his prime during High Republic. Yeah. Well. Mm,
You know, the big thing is
Yoda's
recently
mystical.
they yeah. Well, I think we'll get a version of that maybe with Grogu, but the big thing recently is there's a lot of people talking about how they've discussed that the end of the or basically the acolyte will happen like in the 50-year span leading up to the Phantom Menace, which means Plagueis and Palpatine like have to be at least partially involved, at least in the background.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
And that's what
that'll
I
be
love about it.
sweet.
Disney
Yeah,
should make a
that'll be
Rey
sweet.
Grogu movie to help prop up the crap Skywalker trilogy. Grogu has his own temple Kylo didn't know about and trains Rey. Oh, I'm not interested in that, Michael. I wouldn't want to see that.
Me neither.
Yeah. Do you think Luke in The Mandalorian can beat Vader in his prime?
Nobody can beat Vader in his prime.
No.
Nobody.
No.
It's the whole thing.
No. What do you mean, in the suit Vader, or do you mean Anakin Prime? Like Vader, Anakin?
Right, that's the thing. Well, Anakin Prime is without the suit. That's the thing, right? He's never more powerful than he is on Mustafar, right?
Or do you mean like... Oh, no. Vader is way more powerful than he was on Mustafar.
Really?
100%.
Okay, so then the concept is that if he hadn't lost his limbs, he would have eventually been even more powerful then.
Oh,
That's
he
the
would
thing.
have... He would have turned Starkiller to dust on his worst day.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So then Prime I guess it
Yeah,
depends
no
on what you
comparison,
define
man.
as
He
Prime
would have
Vader.
been literally a god.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a tough one, actually. Luke in The Mandalorian is 5 years after Return of the Jedi. He's pretty skilled. I would say he's even a Jedi Master at this point, almost.
Agreed.
I would also say that him versus Vader in his prime, let's say Vader Empire Strikes Back is his prime, or even Rogue One is his prime.
Tough, man.
I'd say Vader.
Yeah, I'd probably say Vader too, just because like he's just so overwhelming. Like he's just so strong. Every blow could take you out. Every
Well, and I
little
say this
force
because he
push
doesn't
could take you
hesitate.
out.
He does. There is no hesitation of what force
Right.
power I can use or can't use. He will kill you. Like there's no.
Well, and plus, like you kind of made me believe tonight in one of the things you said that maybe the only reason Obi-Wan actually beat him is because they had spent so much time together and he knew him so much. Meaning, like I don't actually think Obi-Wan is as skilled as Anakin.
No, not
like,
at all.
At all. But
Not at
he
all,
maybe
man.
just maybe that's why Yoda sent him because he
No.
knew he was maybe
The only reason he
one
held
that,
out longer was because he's so masterful with Sorsu, which is Form 3, which is the defensive form. If the fight went on any longer, eventually Obi-Wan would have tired out.
Yeah.
He's just he's a master of defense. He's the master of Sorsu, as Mace Windu called him.
And then
Basically,
you
just
add that into him knowing Anakin so well.
Yeah, it's just-
it makes sense. Like, yeah, he would be pretty. clean on
Obi-Wan
that,
didn't
yeah.
win. Anakin lost. That's how I look at it. Anakin lost to his
Yeah.
own mistake.
I like that.
He didn't lose because Obi-Wan was a better fighter. He lost because he was an idiot and got too arrogant. That's it. That's the only reason. That's the downfall of the Sith, and that's the theme. You look at Darth Maul. He had beat a Jedi Master, Qui-Gon Jinn, and he had beat his Padawan, freaking Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he was just up there like toying with them, and he was just being arrogant in his hubris. And he was just like hitting the lightsaber, making sparks. He's like, ha ha. And he let his guard down. He didn't realize, and then he jumped up, and that was it.
Yep.
It's the same theme over and over and over again. Same with Sidious. Sidious lets his guard down. He gets so focused. In the book, it describes he gets so focused when he's killing Luke in the dark side, so unbelievably entranced that he's just tunnel vision and doesn't see anything else or feel anything else around him. And this was how he didn't feel Vader's betrayal. And so
Yep.
he got picked up, and when he got picked up, he was still so entranced in that anger and that rage that now
Yeah.
he realized what the hell's going on. By the time he realized what the hell's going on, he sees, oh, okay, Vader is now betraying me, which makes him even more angry, and this is the problem with the dark side. He gets more angry, which fuels his power, and his power is going into the lightning, and he just doesn't even focus where it's going. He's just so enraged that he just shooting it
I
everywhere.
just kind of kill them both at that point. Like he's probably just trying to like just like blow everything.
But that's
up,
the
you know what I
thing.
mean?
There's
Like,
no. A Sith is like an extremely large shotgun. A Jedi is like a sniper.
Mm.
Both yield the same power, but one, you know, goes like very focused, very calm, very collected, and a Sith is just like sporadic everywhere, like I'm gonna kill you, and then just.
Yeah, there's a lot. I feel like there could be a lot of wasted energy with the Sith, though. You know what I mean? Like with
Oh,
all that
100%.
anger and yeah.
But that's the
Yeah,
thing
it's
is the more angry they get, the more it fuels their power.
That's why their bodies kind of burn out. You know?
Yeah, it's very
Like,
the
'cause
dark
it's
side
just
is more
corrupting.
taxing on your body.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you can live long because you're, you know, the more you are entranced in the dark side, the more powerful you become, and you can live longer. But your body begins to deteriorate more.
Right, right. So like, is it really like it's not actual like vibrance? It's not in a way. It's not actually life at all. You know, it's more like death. It's more like long death. It's like necromancy or something.
Like for example, Sidious in if we're gonna talk about this, Sidious in Episode 9 was more powerful than he has ever been.
Mm-hmm.
But he was just in
after he absorbed
this
the
body.
Dyad power. Yeah.
No, even before, man. He was just in this
You think
body.
so?
Yeah, so even Ian McDermott said he is more powerful than he's
Really?
ever been. Yeah.
Even in that whack ass body.
The body didn't allow him to use that power, but his
Oh, so that's
ability
what it
and his
was. So
training,
if
because
he
he is
were to-
older, he
That
learned
actually
more.
makes perfect sense because then it's like if he were to use that amazing amount of power, which he wants to do, he's great. It's like he wants to do it. If he were to do it, it would burn out that weak body.
Yeah, and then where would he go?
Yeah,
He'd be
that's
like
awesome.
one of the people in Among Us when you die. You'd just be floating around and be like, "Oh, crap."
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you notice Pershing hiding the other dark troopers that exist? Bioroid force using troopers with armor that work like Iron Man and heavy weapons?
What?
No, I think he explained where all of them were.
Well, yeah. Where's that evidence at? I mean, it sounds cool. Show me.
Yeah, I don't
You know,
I
tweet
don't
at
know.
me or something. That sounds cool.
I don't know where that is. Hey Theory, hope all is well. A few days ago, I was binging some of your older videos and was wondering if you ever considered becoming a voice actor. Some of your impressions are pretty solid. Thanks, Spidey Bugle, but no. I mean, that'd be so cool. That'd be amazing. But
I've thought that before too. It's actually one of the reasons I want to play Dungeons and Dragons with you so bad, is I'm hoping you make a funny accent for your character. Because you're good with those voices.
will you make accents in the in the game? Like
Oh yeah, in D&D. Oh yeah. Well, when I
when
I'm
you
the
read your
dungeon
character's
master-
stuff or something like that, or
Well, no, like the whole concept would be like if I was a dungeon master and we were playing, right? I'd be like, okay, so you walk in and then there's this shopkeeper, and then I would play the shopkeeper, and let's say the shopkeeper would be like, "Oh, hey there, mister, what can I do for you?"
oh cool.
You know, and then I'd be like, so this little gnome like pops out and it's like, "Hey, in there," and then maybe your character is a Goliath that you've created,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Hey, stupid, whatever," you know what I mean? Or maybe that's your
Boy.
thing. Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, you could come up with whatever voice for whatever character.
What was that voice you
Like,
just
I
did?
have
You sounded like Herschel.
Dobby, I guess a little.
Sounded like
Something
Herschel
like,
from
"Hey, baby." Yeah.
or Herbert, whatever his name is. Herbert from Family Guy.
Oh, maybe a little bit, yeah.
Well, how you doing?
You showed up just in time.
Where's the paper boy?
Yeah, dude.
Why don't you come on down the cellar?
That would be funny. Well, you know what's funny? Some people in D&D play versions of characters from other things, and then you just bring them into D&D. So, like, I have a friend that's playing a character named Genar Simonis, and he wears all this armor like Kiss. And so he's a
cool.
bard, and he plays like, yeah. And so he's basically Gene Simmons.
Oh, cool, man.
In D&D. There's all kinds of fun stuff you can do.
Sick.
with it. Yeah,
That
we got to
sounds
get
fun.
on that. We got to get on. I know we're both busy, but
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Fun.
I just got to take you through like the basic stuff. And
I'm
then
sure
you
there's
can make
so
a
much, dude.
character and- yeah,
sure there's
but it's like, you know, like an RPG, like what's your race, what's your class, you know, and then we can go from there.
I'm down. Have you heard anything about the God of War 5? Like, do you know anything about when we're
No.
getting a trailer or not? God, no one knows.
No,
No
I
one knows
don't-
anything.
Yeah. No, I don't know anything about it. It's the
Ugh.
one with the Vikings, right? The Viking gods.
No. So, well, now, yeah, but originally the first three were Greek gods, and then now he's
Oh
ventured.
yeah, yeah. But the fifth one is with
Well, the
the.
fourth one is
Uh,
with Norse gods, and the fifth one is with
oh,
Norse gods too, I believe. But I think there's talks or rumors or something that they're going to go into Egyptian gods as well, which would be sick.
that would be sick, dude.
Yeah, yeah. It's
There's some
cool the way
really
he
cool
explains
Egyptian
it to
gods.
Cory Barlog. Man, he's a genius. He's like, well, you have all these different dynasties or whatever, and these different mythological characters and gods in the world, but that's just not. It doesn't make sense to have one for the world. You go to different parts of the world and you have those gods that govern that region, which is pretty
Yeah,
sweet the way you think about it.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah. Different pantheons. Yeah,
Yeah, man. It's just
it's
like you're
pretty
in
cool. It's
Greece
a nice way to do it.
and you got freaking like Zeus and this and that, but then you go to,
Yeah,
Norway or whatever, and you got like Thor and Odin and Loki,
yeah,
and yeah, it's cool.
yeah. That's sweet.
Yeah, it's sweet. Do you think Ahsoka will meet Luke in the Ahsoka series? Mabes. Oh my God! I was staring at you guys on screen. My eyes focused beyond, and your faces merged. The power of the Force converges. I love you guys.
What? Lay off the Sith TiVo.
I don't know, dude. Prime Vader wins against Prime Luke, as Vader has so much more experience dueling other lightsabers users. Example Dooku and Clone Wars, whereas Luke hasn't. Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point.
Do you guys think the Acolyte is about the Night Sisters? Back when they announced that Leslie Headland was getting a show, they said it was a female centric. Yeah, but I think it could just be like a Sith woman.
Yeah, yeah. It could be the Night Sisters. I think that would be cool because we don't necessarily know exactly how that all went down. I think there's stuff in Legends, but we don't necessarily know in canon. And then there's the Kesh is something I'm interested in because there were actually people referred to as acolytes in the Sith Society on Kesh. And so maybe that's what it is. Also, Plagueis is likely. So who knows, man? It's gonna be fun either way.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. You think Disney would put the Old Republic era into a movie trilogy? I have my doubts as much as it's more dark and violent. Yeah, I think they would. Dude, Jon Favreau's
Yeah,
leading everything, man. Like, and
yeah,
what's Kevin
yeah.
Feige's role in all of this? Is he actually on board, or is he
I think
Palpatine in the
he's
background? He's
yeah, I think he's
controlling
Palpatine
everything.
in the
Oh,
background.
okay, good.
Yeah, so yeah, and I think that's fine because he doesn't actually have to like the qualities that he brings to the table mostly are just decisions. So like he'll come in and just be like, no, yes, maybe do this, and then they don't even have to necessarily listen to him, but they probably should. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like
So,
John
like for
and
instance,
Dave,
when the
or you couldn't find a better team.
no, oh, dude, they're magic. They're magic in a bottle. And I bet when Dave and Kevin Feige started talking, that was probably,
Probably
I mean,
cool.
to be
Yeah.
a fly on the wall because if, from what I understand, Feige is just as sweaty as Filoni and would probably have a reverence for the fact that Dave learned from the master himself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, oh, to be a fly on that wall.
Yeah.
Whew.
I wonder what George thinks
Cool.
of this last episode.
Oh, man. I mean,
It's probably like,
yeah.
"Ah,
probably floats,
oh,
dude. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
well, you did it right. Ha ha ha.
I'd be faster, more intense.
Well, that's nice. That's good. It rhymed. Would the Filoniverse acknowledge the Disney sequels, or would they treat them the way Disney treats the prequels?
Interesting point.
How does
I
Disney
think
treat
that's
the
a
prequels
fair.
by not pretending they don't exist?
Well, no, it's just that they don't. I think what he's referring to is in the sequels, the way they treat the prequels, meaning there's not a lot of prequel
Like it doesn't
stuff
exist.
Yeah, kinda. So maybe. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Look,
Look,
it's
man,
fair.
I'm not. I don't hate the sequels, so I can be like, oh, I'm a hateful person. I hate this group. It's like, no, dude, it just wasn't created with thought, love, or care, And this isn't going against anything that the wonderful people behind making those movies did or anything like that. You know, much love to them or whatever. That's their profession. They got paid for a job and they did it to the best of their ability. This is just going to the overall.
Didn't have the control as well.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who did not have the control, and we have learned factual evidence that not only were there different writers for different episodes, but it overall just they didn't know what the hell they were doing as they were going into it. And for me, that's why I don't like it, because it just doesn't make sense. The characters don't add up for what we got, 40 years ago. So it just doesn't work for me, man. I could go on and on about it, and I'm sure I have. I just don't want to anymore. So
that's a structural thing mostly, right? I mean, if you look at Mando,
there's no
what's
structure.
The difference?
None.
John has written damn near every single episode. John has written.
He's written it all.
4 episodes.
Yeah.
So you got to think, like, it's just a simple difference. It's one creative vision, which is helped out by one of the greatest Star Wars minds we've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's one story done by these 2 freaking amazing nerds.
And one of these nerds has learned from the guy that created this whole entire thing anyways.
You couldn't ask for it to be better in that sense.
No.
It's literally a perfect team. So it's just kind of magical that we got here. Yeah, let's just focus on the good.
You know, like when you hit a checkpoint in the game and you worked so hard to get, you're like, oh my god, I had like freaking no life left. I had like no resources. My magic was freaking depleted. I lost my freaking Leviathan axe. Oh my god, a trace is gone. Holy crap. And then you get to that checkpoint and it's like save and you're like,
yeah,
I'm here.
We just hit a save point.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just did a boss fight.
Yeah.
As Star Wars fans, yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool. All the best Jedi decided to go into hiding. Yoda, Obi-Wan, Mace, if alive, Luke, and yes, even Anakin in a suit of pain.
I don't understand the question. I don't understand the question. Was there a question? I don't get it.
Yeah, it's just gonna make me talk about the sequels. I don't want to do that. So.
Look, we can ignore it. I don't
want to ignore it, man. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that you feel that way, but I disagree.
Yeah, fair.
All the best Jedi decided to go into hiding. Yoda, Obi-Wan, Mace, if alive, Luke, and yes, even Anakin. Okay. Obi-Wan and Yoda went into hiding to preserve the Jedi, to keep them alive, to make them go on for longer, to make sure that Obi-Wan watches over the last hope in the galaxy, which was Luke Skywalker. Mace, if he's alive or he's not alive, we can't say, we don't know. Luke went into exile because he was whiny and had a dream that his nephew was going to kill.
Space Hitler, yeah.
And he tried to kill him, and then he went away to kill the Jedi. Not to prolong them, not to save the species in some sort of way. He went off into exile to do the opposite of what Yoda and Obi-Wan did. He was a grumpy old fart, drinking green titty milk, and he cut himself off from the Force.
Here's the thing, Theory. Here's what I'll say. Even if you like The Last Jedi, that's in that movie. That's the point. He realizes he screwed up.
Right.
Even in the version of the movie that
and that's the whole thing. Yeah.
Right. So I'm sorry, dude. No way.
But at that point, it's too late.
Even Luke knows he screwed up monumentally. So
and then about Anakin, about Anakin being in a suit of hiding, in a suit of pain. He wasn't hiding. He was not hiding. He was never hiding. He used that suit of pain so that he could continue to live. Because if he didn't, then he'd be dead. If he didn't do that and died, that's hiding. So for him, go ahead.
Yeah, and he wasn't hiding as Vader too. So I see what this person's trying to say, and it's just false. He would, even if the suit never came into play, he wasn't going to be Anakin Skywalker. He was Vader. He was never going to be called Anakin Skywalker ever again. Anybody that said he was Anakin Skywalker was probably going to get the hands.
Oh, they did.
So look, I see what you're saying, person, but no.
Yeah. at all, man. Well, Vader hated
You just have a
Anakin.
misunderstanding. You have a misunderstanding of it, in my opinion.
I wouldn't say he's a misunderstanding. He sees it a certain way, and that's fine for him, and I see it in another way, and whichever way is deemed as correct can only be decided by George Lucas, I feel. So, hey, we're both right. It's whatever resonates with you, you know, and so I can appreciate that you think that. So it's all good, man. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. It led us into a great discussion. Would you ever interview George Lucas? Pursue it. Yeah. So I was pitched to actually interview him on the channel for charity, but I guess that never panned out.
That would be great, though. Maybe as things move forward, that would be cool to try to get going on, huh?
I was very excited, and yeah.
Yo, you gotta forgive my old man bladder.
Never really hold back.
Real quick.
What the hell again?
Bro, I'm sorry.
All right,
I'm drinking a lot of iced coffee.
Go ahead, man.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. Why couldn't Favreau and Filoni direct the sequels? Yeah. 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 Evening, gents. To what level do you think Dave and John will connect Yoda's species to the Force? What do you mean? An extreme level. I think he'll be just as much in a Force as he will be a Mandalorian, perhaps. Will Hayden be in the Ahsoka show as a Force ghost? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I'll explain why in a vid. Still want a Revan show, but Legend Sith, in my opinion, that'd be cool, man. Would the Filoniverse acknowledge the Disney sequels? Or right, we already read that one. Hey Parth, how are you, man? Thank you so much for that. Good evening, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends. Josh and Theory. Dig in the Tony Stark glasses, Josh. Aaron Sorkin, a famous screenwriter, always talks about intent and obstacles as the golden rule of good storytelling. Mandalorian executed it perfectly. They sure did. Who wins in a fight, Prime Mace or Prime Luke? Prime Luke, because Luke wouldn't use the dark side, and if you don't use the dark side against Mace, you're probably gonna win. Theory: edition of Book of Boba helps explain the 10-season thing that I was telling you about. This was back when Mando was first announced in a Q&A thing. Oh, okay. Well, cool, man.
What was that? I missed that. What was he saying?
Edition of Book of Boba helps explain the 10-season thing I was telling you about. This was back when Mando was first announced in a Q&A thing.
Huh. 10 seasons? Yeah,
so Boba's going to get 10 seasons?
No, I think what he's saying is like 10, maybe 10 seasons in total in the book or in the series of Mando. Because it's curious how you have all these chapters for Mandalorian, and then you're calling it the Book of Boba, likely to have its own chapters. And so it seems like that's kind of the theme. So maybe he means like 10, I don't know, 10 different books?
Billy D to narrate Lando with Donald Glover starring. First episode starts. Have I ever told you about my little maneuver I pulled at the battle? I can't do Lando. I pulled a battle of Tanab. Fade to Glover at the helm of a ship. Oh, that'd be cool.
Be really cool.
Kind of like a never-ending story style where he's like telling a story and then it fades. Yeah, sweet.
So great. Yeah.
Alpha Gaming, shout out, dude. What up? What up, 187?
Oh, that was Alpha Gaming? Cool.
Which has been your favorite episode of The Mandalorian so far and why? The last one. Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Will Cal Kestis ever appear on these or get his own show? Maybe protecting Grogu in Fallen Order 2, possibly help Luke and Leia set up the Order late. Also, I would pay to DM or play D&D with you guys, hence my name, baby. His name is Sticks and Crits.
Cool.
I don't get it.
It's crit is like when you roll a natural 20. So when you roll a 20-sided dice to do your attack, and if you hit a 20, you automatically do like double damage. So like anytime you roll, and it automatically hits. So anytime you roll a nat 20, it's a pretty big deal.
Cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, I want to get into it, man. I feel like I'd love it. Have you ever
Bro,
played the
people
Knights of?
love D&D.
Have you ever
People
played the?
love it.
Have you ever played the Knights of the Old Republic MMO? After 9 years on Twitch, YouTube, you are the first one I have happily given my money to. Keep it up. Oh, thank you, Archangel. What's your Twitch, man? Is it Archangel? I appreciate you, man. Yeah, so I played it when I was a little kid, and then I never finished it. So that's why now I'm going to play it again on streams and stuff. But I just feel like I'm too scatterbrained. I got too many things that I'm playing, and I gotta.
You're playing Old Republic?
I'm playing Old Republic. I'm playing Bounty Hunter. I'm playing JK2. I'm playing.
Did you stop Cyberpunk? Totally.
Yeah.
I haven't played in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I was so excited.
Bro, they are in a bad spot with that game. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
They revoked it from the PlayStation Store. Like
That's
is
so
wild.
That's huge, man.
That is wild. Like
Sony's probably pissed.
Yeah.
They're like, what the hell is this, guys?
Well, you know what's funny too is like they're getting sued, right? So like CD Projekt Red is literally getting
What?
sued. Yeah, in a world where EA
I didn't know that.
and friggin' Activision have been doing shady stuff for like years, and CD Projekt Red like legit cares about gaming, and like they did all this great stuff before this game, right? And it was actually the shareholders that sort of pushed them into releasing early, and now their reputation is ruined. They're getting sued. It's pretty tragic, actually. So I hope they can turn it around.
That sucks, man. Yeah, they got the. People push them, man. People push them constantly to keep releasing and all that. It's like, dude, they're not ready.
It should have been delayed like a full year. And I hope Halo learns from this, because please God, do not release that game until it's ready.
Yeah.
Halo Infinite, like, whew.
Yeah. I just care about God of War 5, man. I don't give a crap what anything else.
Yeah. I got to get a PlayStation, otherwise I won't play it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also couldn't super chat for like 45 minutes for some reason. Great show, boys. Oh yeah, I turned it off. I'm just kidding. I don't know why. Great show, boys. Love you. Keep up the good work, nerds. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe we'll play some D&D sometime if I ever learn.
Oh man, I bet people will go nuts watching you play D&D, man. I think people will be.
I'd be such an idiot. I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
No, we'll run through it privately for a while first. We'll get you set up.
Ever think we'll get EU animated stories like what DC does to the straight to digital release? The new Jedi Order vlog arc would be insane to see. It might be cool.
Apparently, Visions is coming out next year on Disney Plus, dude. That's the anime. So they're getting all the Japanese anime. Yeah, yeah. So I had no idea, but yeah, apparently it's dropping in 2021. That's fantastic. Maybe like summer, maybe. Whew.
Cool. Carl Esposito said we'd get to know more about where Gideon comes from. Is he ex-Mando? Maybe we'll get to know more next season. Oh, I think there's a whole backstory to him, for sure.
Yeah.
Vader is untouched in his prime, but the fact that Ahsoka broke his helmet in Rebels shows just how good she was.
She did get that shot.
He was distracted.
Gonna kill her anyway.
He was distracted.
Look,
with Ezra.
Kill her.
He was trying to get the holocron. He was distracted.
Come on, man. Give her that. She got that hit.
She got the hit because he was distracted. If he wasn't distracted and he was like locked onto her, I mean, it would be he wouldn't have had that.
I'll have to rewatch it. I'll do a video.
Go back to
I'm
it.
gonna make a video. I'm gonna clip this part and I'm gonna be like, "Here's what I prove theory wrong," and then I'm gonna like go.
Unless I'm remembering it wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he turns around and she like slices him, and he was like trying to get the holocron.
All right. Well, maybe you're right.
I love Ahsoka. You know I love Ahsoka, but
no. Yeah, I know.
Credit where credit's due.
Look, she was gonna lose. She was about to get killed. Like
she did get killed, and then Ezra came in there and turned back time.
Ezra's like, whoop.
Vader's probably like, what?
No, Vader had seen portals before with Momin.
Yeah.
So he was probably like,
Well, no, that wasn't a. Well, yeah, but it was like a door that
wasn't it?
opened. It wasn't like
No.
a. You just see a
He had
hand
seen
reach through
stuff
and.
like that before. Oh yeah, fair. I wonder if he like recognized Ezra because he had actually seen Ezra before. Even that scene. Like, you know what I mean? Isn't that kind of funny? He would have just seen Ezra. He just tried to kill him.
But do you think
And then
maybe
he
he
sees
just
an
saw a
older
hand?
version of him. Palpatine, we see him through the portal. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but Palpatine was like doing some like blue powder magic and
Right?
then turning
I
into
need to
blue
know more about
flames and
that.
like Sith
Well,
magic
okay.
stuff.
Right. So speaking of that, so we're led to sort of believe then that if that blue smoke would have brought them, oh, so he was basically trying to just bring them to the portal and then have them sort of pull him back through, I guess.
Yeah, he wanted to pull them through the portal.
No, I think he
To
wanted
kill them.
access to the portal.
Yeah, of course he wants access, but
I guess he could have taken Ezra. Yeah.
but he was pulling Ezra, or was it Ahsoka?
He was pulling them towards him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. His hand goes through the portal too, if I remember
it's kinda
correctly. It's
weird.
actually through the portal. Yeah. I don't know. Look, Big Daddy Sheev was capable of a great
lot, dude.
many things.
Yeah.
Yes, a great many things.
I need your help, son. I can
Use my knowledge.
I beg you. And then his voice gets all weird.
Yeah, dude. He was so good. Oh my God, was he good in the prequels?
Yeah. I can see them maybe making movies between OT and ST, the way sequel fans can have their movies, but other fans can have something else to look to too. Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah, well, yeah, if that Thrawn thing, if they end up doing the Endgame thing, it will happen before that. So, yeah, very possible. I think it has to be in the unknown regions, though. That's just me.
Okay, let's wrap up the show a little bit. I got to go on a call for releasing the new podcast coming soon on Spotify.
Dope.
Which we're going to get these shows on there too, as well, after they're done. Hey, Theory and Josh, I watch your videos every day. Would you need construction help set on Help Vader 2 when it's live? I'm from Toronto. Hey, Josh, I appreciate the reach out, man, but no, we're all good, and filming is not even in the question right now. It's just years away, and especially for a small project like that, you know, I would have to get permission from California. I'd have to get, you know, COVID testing extremely ramped up, you know, for every single cast and crew member, which is going to be like over 100 people. If someone gets sick, it's going to be
a fair bit off.
Terrible.
Like, logistically speaking, you have to, yeah, it's unfortunately going to be a while, guys. But I mean, like, come on, like, just look at what we're going through. Like, you know, like it's,
yeah. You know, the script is pretty much done, and it's great. I'm excited. I'm very excited, and that's why, you know, you'll see tomorrow more so that I've been really trying to get you guys something, you know. And maybe this will be, you know, the start of a CG kind of series, you know.
I'm going to be honest with you. That's what I want, just from what I saw.
Oh, it's been changed a lot since what you saw.
Oh, for real? Nice. I'm excited.
Yeah, I've watched it so many times by now, and I'm just like sitting in my chair, and I'm just like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, dude.
This is kind of sweet, you know? And
it'd be cool to continue it, I think, like that.
Oh yeah, things are in the works right now for projects I'm doing, which is where all your super chats and memberships and everything go. So, thanks. And in return, thank yourselves, because I get to do cool stuff. Will there be more than one season of Boba Fett? I think so.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Opinion on Anakin Solo? That's my boy. Oh, well, that's quite legends, isn't it? I don't think we'll ever see him.
Yeah, unfortunately. Probably not.
How many tickets did you sell your Vader film? 0. I couldn't sell any tickets. So any of the tickets that I sold were not actually sold. They were just they were $0. So you would basically go on the website, you would grab a ticket, which would reserve your seat, and the ticket was free. It was just a first come first serve, and you would print out the ticket, and people would have that as like a memorabilia kind of thing. And I rented out a theater on my own dime. All the popcorn I paid for, all the drinks I paid for. No one had to pay anything. You just had to show up and grab a seat, get free popcorn, get free drinks, and or no, wait. No, the popcorn went to the theater. That's right.
Cool.
Yeah, the popcorn went to the theater, and that was the agreement I had with the theater. I was like, dude,
sweet.
You guys do what you want. I just want to, everything's got to be legal and free, and that's that. So, yeah, that was it. And then everyone came and they watched, but there was nothing sold. There was nothing never made a profit. Never made not even a profit. Never made a.
Where'd you guys do it at? Like,
down
in
in
States?
down in LA. Yeah, so I went down in LA.
Cool.
December 21st or 20th or something like that. We had the premiere. I think we had 4 or 5 showings. It was wild. It was a cool night.
Sweet, man. I've seen some like pictures and stuff, and I saw the video where you guys like you ran it back like twice, I think, and then you guys did like a little Q&A, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
Yeah, man. It was a good time.
Yeah. Look, this whole thing sucks, but we're creeping out of it. But unfortunately, it still might be up to a year before things get like normal.
I think even more.
You know.
I think even more.
Look, it could be. We don't know. But I just think that like we just have to be patient. You know what I mean? Like we have to be patient. And I know it's creating a lot of anxiety for people. You know, if you need to talk to somebody, you should reach out and try to talk to some people. You know, I understand that. But we have to try to be patient. This is nobody's fault. You know, we're all just trying to get through this. So.
Opinion on Anakin's right. I can see them maybe making some movies between OT and ST. That way, sequel fans can have their movies, but other fans can have something else to look to. Oh, right. And going back to Sean's question about the tickets being sold. So all of the like tomorrow's CG project, which cost quite a bit of money, and took a couple of years to make, that will be unmonetized as well. So that's just something for the fans. It's not like a like won't be making a dime off that either. So I truly appreciate all of you, and I love all of you, and the money you guys give me allows me to do cool stuff that as a Star Wars fan I'm sure all of you would want to do too. So it's a win-win. It's cool. Thank you. What's your predictions for the new Boba Fett live action, and what are your thoughts on Boba's new garments? I think he should have his old garments from the OT. No, I love the new ones, man. Merry Christmas to you too, dude. I love the new ones. I think it shows a progressive character. It's just different time, different Boba. And it's neat. He's dark robes. He just shows he's a little bit more, I don't know, I'd say dark.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it, dude. Love it. So cool.
It's sweet. And they just announced that helmet with that paint job today too, so it's extra merchandising. Why not?
The new Darksaber Force FX Prime or whatever the heck they're calling it.
I'm very weary now after that Sidious one that I bought.
Yeah, I know. I'm hoping, I'm hoping I'm gonna get it. So I like this one. This one's not bad.
That looks fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks really cool. That's sweet.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Happy holidays. I just want to say thank you for both your channels. I love the content. It helps the work fly by. Keep it up. Oh, thank you, Brandon.
Thank you.
I love your work. I watched the last episode with my friend, and I was literally crying a river at the end. Keep up the good work, bro. Thanks, man. Yeah, dude, I'm excited to see all the reactions to tomorrow's. I mean,
yeah.
I haven't hyped it up. I haven't really talked about it. This is the first time I'm actually talking about it. Only the people during the stream will have heard it in those specific moments, and all of you right now live. So, yeah, dude, I'm stoked to see what you guys think.
Yeah, people have no idea, dude. It's crazy.
It's short. It's only 3 minutes, but those 3 minutes are more action and more I would say feeling than the first one, in a sense. A different feeling, So yeah, we're really ramping it up. The first
For
one.
no expense.
No, the first
Like
one.
John Hammond.
Yeah. Jurassic Park. The first one. Yeah. Whatever. You'll see. I don't like talking about my own projects anymore. I did that a lot in the past, and I'm just like, yeah, who cares? Let people decide.
Mm.
I love your work. Right. Thank you. Hey, Theory, would you be down with a movie spliced in with the events of ESB from a new perspective, focused on Boba and other bounty hunters? Yeah. Of course, man. Greetings from Brazil. That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, dude.
That would be pretty wild.
That'd be wild.
I hope we get more with the. I mean, do you think the Boba? Like, you think Dengar is gonna join up with? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
I'd love
what
to
is
see all
gonna
that.
happen
I'd
in
love to
that?
see all that, dude. I think it would be wild.
Yeah.
It'd be wild, man. FFG Whitworth plays it. No, I haven't seen it. Will it be more than season 1 of the Boba Fett? Ahsoka never died in the past because if the future affects the past, it will always affect the past. Singular timeline with some wibbly wobbly. Thank you, Emma. Last D&D comment, but I had to say it. Josh, wouldn't Theory make a great chaotic natural warlock pact to the great old one Palpy's voice? Eldritch Blast? Eldritch... I don't know what the hell any of that means.
That would be nice, bro. That's probably what you're going to have to roll, yeah. That's pretty cool.
What is this?
Who made that comment?
Sticks and Crits.
Sticks and Crits again. Yeah, no, that's a great comment. So basically, like, what that would be is a warlock. In the world of D&D, a warlock is someone who receives their power by doing a pact with some kind of entity. And so you would basically do this pact to this great old one. And the Eldritch Blast is a spell you would mostly use in combat, and it's like lightning coming out of your hand.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you think they should make a movie about Vader right after Revenge of the Sith? Yeah, absolutely. That's like the most interesting time.
That's the Obi-Wan show. I think that we're gonna get.
No, that's 10 years after. Unless we get flashbacks.
So you're talking like right after, huh?
Yeah. Wanted to let you know you're appreciated and to wish you a Merry Christmas. Random question, you ever watched the 2000s reboot BSG? Feel like you would dig it. Katie Sackhoff is great in that. No, what is that?
Battlestar Galactica.
I haven't seen the... My dad used to watch that show like crazy when I was a kid.
People like it a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have not really watched it. I'd watch it when he was watching it sometimes, but I don't really remember much.
You ever watch Firefly?
No, but I remember the show.
It's another like classic space pirate thing. Nathan Fillion, very cool.
You think Palpatine's M count was higher than Yoda's?
Not as high as Yoda's, not as high as Anakin's, maybe as high as Windu's. But Palpatine was also just brilliant. You know what I mean?
Gifted.
So, yeah, and like Yoda had no ambitions to take over the galaxy, right? So like Palpatine is, he's got a lot going for him. He's also like the one thing that all the dark side power is flowing into, right? So like yeah.
What if the rematch between Obi-Wan and Vader in the Kenobi series happens while Obi-Wan is training with the Wills like Yoda did? Oh, cool. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. What?
I said I'd like it. I want Will's stuff. I just think that's a really cool part that I'd like explained, the Wills, you know?
Yeah.
Be cool.
It'd be neat. How strong do we imagine Ezra to be around this time in the Mando? Do you guys think he's more powerful than Ahsoka? No.
No, but he can do things she can't, right?
Yeah.
So like his thing with the animals and like the weird, like they at one point they like yeah, it's weird. So no, he's not as strong as her, but he has some unique abilities, which is cool. Like, doesn't Cal have the same thing, right? Because he's got psychometry or whatever.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about the Force. It's not just like, oh, like you can do everything this guy can do or that girl can do. It's like, no, you guys each have different unique powers, and it mutates within you.
And it makes sense. Like, some of us are artists, some of us are accountants. You know what I mean? Like, human life is.
Some of us are athletes. Some are,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What if the Bad Batch saves Grogu during 66? That'd be cool.
That'd be sweet.
Love your videos from South Dakota. Shout out to South Dakota, man. How strong do we... Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, I thought sales went to charity. My bad. Oh, no, there were no sales. Yeah, I would have been shut down real fast by Disney. Real quick. Yeah, so my agreement with Lucasfilm was no crowdfunding, no monetizing the videos, and that's it. Yeah. So, and I see so many other fan films doing the opposite of that. Like, they crowdfund, you know, they put ads on it. Oh, yeah, and not putting ads on it. But, yeah, I mean, I'm going to stick to what they told me is okay to do, and, yeah, that's it, you know? I'm playing with their toys, so...
Yeah.
Gonna be respectful of that, and I don't want to get sued. Why?
Not by Disney.
So I can make some money? Nah, man. Star Wars means more to me than money. This is my first time Super Chat. I love your channel. How will this Luke turn into the Luke from The Last Jedi? He won't. He won't, okay? It doesn't exist. Thank you, Robert.
We need an alarm, dude.
Yeah, we need a trigger. That was a trigger warning right there. I should have read that. I should read all Super Chats now before I actually read them, and
right.
Sometimes just not read them.
And then we can put like a red filter on you and just zoom in as you're like...
Yeah.
It'd be fun. We could have fun with it, you know?
Yeah.
I think that it kind of is... If you kind of have fun with it, it takes the edge off of it a little bit, you know?
Yeah. See me in a stray jacket next week. I'm just like... he didn't say that.
Dude, we could do some skits in the future, right?
Yeah,
like where I like try to trick you into liking them or something. Yeah,
it'd be good. It'd be funny.
Yeah.
Make people laugh. I think it would be cool if they did a Ben Solo show or something. He was my favorite character of the sequels. Also love the content. Oh, he was my favorite character of the sequels too, man. Yeah. We think alike. Could Kylo Ren show up in any of the upcoming films? Sure.
No. Well, maybe, but I don't.
I mean, depends what time.
Sure.
They can do it whatever they want.
Fair. Fair. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Theaters always get con sales. That's their deal. Con sales?
Concessions.
Oh, I see. Oh, I didn't even...
Oh, no. They also get a percentage of ticket sales. Like, I hope the person knows that.
Yeah, but when I did that...
They absolutely do.
Yeah, when I did that, I can't remember if I paid for all the popcorn or they were like...
For the people. I mean, either way, the popcorn was paid for, and that money went to the theater. Is what happened, right? Because they didn't provide. I
just remember renting out the theater. I'm like, here's the money.
Oh, okay, fair.
Give me the theater
so maybe it was in
for the night.
Maybe it was just
Yeah, the next one's gonna be wild, man. I'd love to rent out a theater for that one.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully there's theaters around.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Who knows what the world's gonna be like? Yeah, I don't know. Man.
Yeah, there'll be a few. There'll be maybe many, just not as many, right?
That's sad. Look forward to this every week. What are you both most excited for? What's to come of everything announced, including Beastie Boy Boba? I'm probably the most excited for if we get a Luke show, but probably a Boba show. That's probably what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, Boba show immediately has popped up to #1 for me. I mean, the Ahsoka show is going to be incredible.
Ahsoka show's second now for me.
Yeah, for sure. But like, dude, come on.
I'm sorry. Obi-Wan show is #1. Sorry.
Fair. Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah. Agreed. I say as far as Filoniverse goes, it goes that order, right? It's like Boba, Ahsoka, and then Rangers.
Yeah.
And then in general, it's definitely Obi-Wan. That's gonna be too freaking cool. Maybe then Acolyte for me, you know?
I feel that. Do you think Vader might have wanted Ahsoka as a new apprentice, but then her loyalty to avenging Anakin? So maybe he was going easy at this at first? Maybe.
I'd have to watch it again.
I could buy into that. Yeah.
It was
Stone Chronicles.
foretold.
Stone Chronicles sent a super chat saying, "Can you read my soup if you have time?" It's Josh's pet peeve. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know where. I'm sure I've missed so many people, and that's. I don't want to blame it on YouTube, but I am going to blame it on YouTube because every time I scroll down, sometimes it just like pans all the way to the bottom, and it loses my spot, and I don't know where I am anymore, and all I see are colors. It's very frustrating. Just so frustrated with the council. Like I'm just scrolling, I'm scrolling, I'm scrolling, I'm scrolling, and I'm just like, oh, here we go. Hey guys, Stony here. So I had a brain fart and thought, if Yoda was 900 years old, wouldn't that add up to 90 years in his species? Like for every 50 years, would that be the equivalent for 6 months?
Yeah, could be. I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Like that's kind of what it's like for dogs, right? That's why
Pretty
we have
much.
dog year, because they have like a similar
I
cycle
guess.
of life.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so they get more of life. They get more life. I feel like Disney's banking too hard on nostalgia, aka Luke, Ahsoka, Bo-Katan for Mando Season 2 instead of putting effort into good writing. Your thoughts? Completely disagree. I think this is the writing that we need. I think these characters...
completely disagree.
Yeah, these characters are it's like that's like saying, oh, why is Avengers focusing on Iron Man and Thor and Captain America and Black Widow and the Hulk? Like, why don't we just focus on good storytelling? It's like, but that's what Avengers is about. It's about these characters. So
yeah, and to be honest, like, you know, subjectively maybe you feel that way, but I think that it's also sort of good to acknowledge that you are of a minority. I mean, it's just obvious if you look out there, and I think it has almost 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. You know what I mean? So it's okay if you don't like it, but you should also acknowledge that you're trying to yuck some yum that a lot of people find very tasty. So, you know.
Right, like some people hate watermelon. I love it.
Watermelon is good.
You know, that doesn't mean that it's good subjectively or objectively. It just means that subjectively I like it. So that doesn't mean this was bad storytelling or good storytelling. It just means that it was, in my opinion, I think it's the true storytelling, and they found a way to make it interwoven with the Mandalorian story of Grogu and Din, and I think it's beautiful. They did a great job. Everyone rescued Grogu, then Luke rescued everyone. Hey, someone said this, but before, what do you think about the Old Republic videos, and could you do a reaction to it? Well, I've seen them all, so I'd be watching them again. I mean, I could do it on the gaming channel. Imagine Boba was still there when Luke came. He would have been pissed.
That would have been cool.
It would have been cool, but he would have gotten killed, so.
It would have got messed up if he tried it.
Yeah. Yep. Cadis did the Force crush on a human. Opinion on Anakin Solo, hoping young Ben's like him. I hope one day you guys find it in your heart to talk about the sequels positively. I love your opinions and think it's a shame that you can't get into the sequel theories. I love the show. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's not a matter of finding it in my heart. It's not like, I'm looking for, I'm just trying to spread something that's not from my heart. I feel like everything that I do on my channel it couldn't be closer to my heart, everything that I do create or talk about or whatever. And that goes with the sequels too. Whenever I talk about the sequels, it is from the heart. I genuinely feel like it was mistreated and the characters weren't understood by the people who wrote them. And so my opinion will always stand, whether I'm 30 like today or whether I'm, 80 years old from now, if I'm still doing the channel, which I hope I am, 50 years from today, and if I'm still alive, then I'm still going to be saying the exact same thing, that they were written by people who didn't understand Star Wars. Right? So it's unfortunate, but yeah, it's always from the heart, man. Thank you for your message, Phantom, and I appreciate that you like the show, and I love the fact that you love the sequels and you are happy with them. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, and I personally have no problem theorizing around those characters. But I sort of still have a lot of issues with the films themselves. So like for me,
And you like
it's
them,
more right.
which is funny.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
It is. Well, it's just like funny because they're very hard to talk about without sort of clarifying things, right? Because they are a mess, and it's like, yeah, of course they're a mess. In my opinion, they're a beautiful mess, and I still like a lot of what happens contextually. You know what I mean? So I can still have fun theorizing around them, and I've actually done a good bit of videos and stuff talking about them. So yeah.
Right. Ryan, what did you send? I didn't see it, man. Do you think Palpatine's MK? Right. So. Oh, you want to see a Ben Solo show? Josh, what do you think about that?
Well, I would love it. And also, there were some rumblings. There were some rumblings about a young Ben Solo show being in development, and it's possible that that was also something they want to do with Luke. And yeah, I think it could be really cool. It could go a long way to helping that character for the fandom, I think so.
Hey, from Kent in the UK, in Tier 4, not allowed to see my brothers for Christmas. Theory, are you considering adding any sabers to your collection? Stay safe, Alex. I love you, man. And yeah, so I actually just bought myself something that I wanted when I was a kid, but we couldn't afford it. And I found, I think, the only closed, boxed, unopened one in the world, and I think it'll be here. It just got shipped today, so it'll be here, I don't know, within the next couple weeks. So it could be here tomorrow, it could be here in 2 weeks. Really excited. It's something that I always wanted, and it's almost mine. So yeah, cool, I won the bid on eBay, and damn, yeah, I can't wait to get it.
That is cool, dude. That is sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. So I'll definitely do an unboxing live, or recorded for you guys, because I want to share it with you all. And yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah, Ryan, just write what you wrote, man. Because I can't see it. Looking forward to tomorrow's release. Check the docu-film Jodorowsky's Dune for good live versus storyboard versus etc. inspiration. Good sci-fi cinema history too. Okay, cool. Do you think Grogu will talk like Yoda when he comes of age? Didn't Yoda speak that way because he grew up when Basic was formed? I heard that Yoda was talking like that because he got bored of talking normally.
Wouldn't that be funny? He was just bored.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just going to mix it up a little bit.
I don't know if I need an explanation. You know what I mean? Like,
people have accents, so trouble in Heir to the Empire. I don't understand. Oh, I said regarding Luke not being a good choice for a show because he's OP. Thrawn could be a huge bridge for all of the ongoing shows in Favreau's style. Luke and companions definitely had a lot of trouble in Heir to the Empire. Yeah, but what if we get a Luke clone who's evil, or we get like an Anakin clone who's evil? You know, I mean, just think. It'd be crazy, man.
Yep. There's a lot of potential there. A lot of potential.
What if they bring Palpatine back, but he's an actual clone? And then in the end, Luke kills him, and that's where the Episode 9 Palpatine ends up.
That would be nuts, dude. What if he liberated... What if he did know her family, and he was just lying?
Whose family?
Rey. What if he knew... Like, you know what I mean? Like, because a lot of this still doesn't make any sense. So, like, if, you know... Yeah, I don't know. That'd be interesting.
Comes back full prime power.
If that happens, that's what I'm saying. If that happens, I want young Palpatine. I want what they
That's what I'm saying.
In
Dark Empire.
Cool. Right. That would
played by Matt Smith or something like that. Comes back and Luke has to fight a young Palpatine.
Because that is how you get to what we were just talking about, because Luke's too OP. So that would be absurd, dude.
Yeah,
oh
man.
my god.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. or if he had to fight Anakin. I mean, that'd
be heartbreaking. I won't kill you, Father. Okay, maybe I will.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Am I gonna game today? Yeah, I'm gonna game tonight, man. I was supposed to cut this short. I was supposed to call a studio in the producer of the Spotify podcast going up, but we just keep talking, so it's fun. I love these. We should do these like every day, but
I know.
then nothing would get done.
If only we could just do. Maybe someday we will. Like maybe someday there'll be enough of the other stuff done that we could just do that. Because.
Or we could just do it. We just have to stick to like an actual schedule. Like, okay, no more than an hour and a half, and then we'll go tomorrow. You know, every day.
My schedule is so up in the air though. Like.
Me too.
I mean, it's content. You know. Content.
I mean, we could do like an hour every day. We could have a separate channel for this and just like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That would be
maybe in the future.
Wild, though.
Maybe in the future.
Yeah, I feel like there's something to be said for like the weekly like anticipation and you know I think
it's fun.
On special occasions like last week dropping 2 I thought was perfect. You know what I mean? So.
Well, I think you and me talking about anything, I don't think it'll ever get stale. I think we have such a good dynamic and chemistry. We just talk off each other's points, and because we disagree with each other on a lot of stuff and agree with each other on a lot of stuff, it's just there's no like, yeah, I hated that too, right? So
I like conversation. I think conversation is like almost like an art form, you know what I mean? And you know, I love it's so funny to be able to do what we do and like just I do a lot of streaming. I stream so much and I love it, dude. I never get bored of conversation. Conversation is so beautiful to me, and like sitting down and talking to someone and like just, you know, and, dude, yeah, our link is like
it's great, man.
Crazy. Yeah, dude, it's like crazy. Very very unique. You know what I mean?
I think so too. It's legit. It's not just like, oh, let's make a podcast to talk some trash and or talk some crap and not have anything to actually talk about.
Yeah.
Have you seen those? No, you've seen like, some of those like podcasts where they're just like it's just like cringe. It's like, oh, dude.
Well, for sure. They're good at a radio voice, but like there's nothing. Really
yeah, but there's no substance. It's just hot air. It's just like and like fake laughs. It's like and then the thing. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, jeez.
Like the snarky people that are just.
Oh, I hate those. Yeah. I hate the snark. I hate the snarky people that like to get a microphone in front of them. Like, yeah, how about that? Yeah, totally, man. It's like, oh my god, dude, ridiculous, terrible. You don't know acting. It's like, oh god.
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up, you 12-year-old drinking coffee.
12-year-old drinking coffee. Slap the coffee out of it.
Telling me the prequels aren't good, you bastard. Yeah. Do you think you'd be at a disadvantage fighting someone of Yoda's height? I feel your range would be a lot different. Yeah, I think super tall and super short, I feel like it's equally as difficult.
Super unorthodox. It's like fighting they say the southpaw, like in boxing, like a left-handed boxer. It's just hard. Like the timing's different. Like it's just weird. Dude, I wouldn't know how to fight Yoda. And as soon as he starts flipping around, I'm running. Like, I'm just like, like, I don't want no part of that.
That's why Dooku ran away. He was like, oh, okay, I'm out of here.
Exactly. Right. He was like, that's too wild.
I'm out.
You see him do those flips?
Yeah. No, I'm out. Yeah, screw this. Forget that. Can you see Cal coming in live action? Okay, so because so many of you join members have joined the stream, I'm going to post something tonight for you that no one else in the world will see. And then I'm going to delete it. Yeah. So, who would you think would be a best actor to play Thrawn? I like Jason Isaacs. He did a great job with the villain in Star Trek Discovery. I'm feeling Benedict, man, or the guy you said, Mikkelsen.
Yeah,
Mads Mikkelsen's brother. Lars, right.
You know who else I would like is actually Matt Smith, to be honest.
No, I want him as a young Palps.
He would be perfect as young Palps. Yeah. I think he could do Thrawn, though. He'd be kind of good, right?
He'd be good Thrawn, yeah. Lego Holiday is better than the last 3 films. Meh. Meh.
Yo, Theory loved Lego Holiday. If you guys saw the watch party, I was like, oh, this is okay. Theory was crying worse than the Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was more curious about how many people showed up. I don't know, dude. That was like over 2 years ago. That was just about 2 years ago. So probably in the night, cumulative 1,000.
Wow.
There was a lineup around the block.
That's a lot,
It's
dude.
cool, yeah. There's a video of like literally a line around the block. Is insane. That was cool. There's a lot of hype around it. It was nice. At what point did you think Anakin turned to Darth Vader? Because he was still answering to Anakin on Mustafar. Oh, dude, once he was cut up, man, 100%. Once he was in the suit.
Yeah, it was over.
But Anakin never fully left, as we saw.
True.
Usually
yeah,
theaters
that's the thing.
Theaters don't get ticket sales until a certain date that's negotiated, but they always get concession sales.
That's the same guy that said that before, right? So he was mad
Sean?
that I called him out on that, and then he came with more clarity. Hey, come correct next time, and you won't have to send two super chats.
I don't know if that's the same guy.
Oh, well, then I feel bad. Sorry.
Usually theaters don't get ticket sale. Right. Okay. Love your content. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to that cinematic tomorrow. I'm sure it's going to be great. I hope, man. Hope you guys like it. I hope you guys dig it. I'm excited to see the reactions. You know what's funny is that reactions, you can monetize reactions to something that you can't monetize,
Right.
which is so funny.
I was just thinking about
so
that.
wild, yeah.
I could make more money off my reaction to your thing tomorrow.
I'll make zero.
That ain't right.
I'll make zero.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That ain't
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Sorry.
Yeah. Whatever,
we
man.
should play off of that somehow, man. You know? I don't know. Yeah.
I'll react to it myself. I'll
You
be
should do
whoa,
you should force
wow,
choke me like I start reacting.
crazy.
I'm like, yeah, let's go. Yeah, you should.
Whoa, I've never seen this before.
No, dude, react to my reaction.
Oh, yeah, okay. I could do that. I'd be down with
Wouldn't
that.
that be funny?
It'll still never get the same amount of views ever. But that's the thing with reactions, man. You know, they're beautiful in a sense, and you know, that it's just fun. But
Yeah.
I can't imagine how relaxing and easy it must be having a reactions only channel. Like,
Yeah, for sure. But I just can't.
like, what do we react to today? It's like, I don't know. Pick something funny.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'll tell you what, reacting in 2020 was probably pretty rough because there was not much going on in entertainment.
yeah, it's probably like,
Reacting to movies getting delayed, and you're just like,
Yeah. I love watching reaction stuff though. That's the funny.
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
fun.
such an interesting legal loophole around things. I mean, heck,
Yeah.
I've done a million reaction things, and it's like, it's interesting.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is interesting.
It's all transformative, and as transformative art is what it's called. So it's. Anyways, I love your content. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to that cinema. Right, I read that. I'm stupid. Grogus Force theme sounds very similar to Grogu's. Grogus
How you say it?
Grogus Mogus. Grogus Mogus. What up, Kelly? What up, Sasha? What up, Dynamic? What up, Justin? Thank you, guys. What up, Messiah? What up, Walt? Why isn't anybody talking about Boba not becoming the ruler of Mandalore with the saber? Also, did I miss his orange and blue jetpack? And why are they calling his series a mini one when it's not? Boba is better than Bo. He had 2 jetpacks. So if you look in episode 7, in his ship, you can see his other jetpack sitting in the corner. Shout out to Darth Hader, Dupree Jones, who revealed that to me. Also, Josh, I hope we're cool. My bad, brother. What?
Who is it?
Stoned Chronicles.
I don't know who you are, Stone Chronicles, but we're probably not cool if you're saying that. I'm such a stinker, dude. I have a weird sense of humor.
No, I think he's the one who did the "you didn't read my super chat" in a super chat.
Oh, okay, right on. Yeah, well then we're cool. I was just kidding. It's just a little pet peeve of mine, but it's all good.
In the season 1 finale flashback, on what planet was young Din rescued by Death Watch, and when was it in regards to the Clone Wars? I don't know what planet that was, but when was it in regards to the Clone Wars? I don't know the exact date. I mean, we had super battle droids, so
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's left ambiguous.
I can tell you this: I think Din is younger than Anakin. That's for sure.
You mean, wait, what?
Din Djarin is obviously
Wait.
younger than Anakin. That's all I can say about that, pretty much. Yeah, dude, the Clone Wars starts. Anakin's like, freaking what? What is he, like 19?
Oh, when he gets rescued, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And Din was like, what? 9? 10?
Yeah.
12?
Yeah, around that time, yeah.
Which is probably when Pre Vizsla was still alive. Obviously. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So they liberated some planet.
Right. Yeah, likely in the Mandalorian systems, right? I mean, that's where they'd be
Yeah,
hanging
man.
out.
Maybe it was
Would they say
Concord
it's over
Dawn.
1,000? Yeah, it could be for sure. Didn't they say it was like there's like 1,000 systems or something? Like, isn't that mentioned earlier in the episode? Or no, that was in Rebels. They talk about how there's they say there's 1,000 systems.
The Mandalore system has 1,000 planets.
That's what they said. Yeah.
What the heck?
It's either Clone Wars or Rebels. I have to look in.
Jesus. Well, I guess there's our answer. Hey Theory, I just wanted to say that your reaction touched me so much that I created some fan art of what a Luke series could look like. I tagged you on Twitter. I hope it brings a smile to your face. Thanks, man. Is it a baby crying? Yeah, man, I saw some of those memes. I was like, "Jeez, dude."
Yeah.
Oh, don't screenshot
The
this,
crying
please.
Jordan one was the best.
That was the best,
that one was
man.
good.
Jeez, yeah. What'd you think about Rogue One? I thought it was great. With COVID lockdown, local theaters had OG Star Wars Episode 4, 5, and 6 running. Workmates and I booked out cinema to watch them all. Oh, sick. I'm like you, Theory. Give me Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, it's the same guy, but I want Mad Josh. Lol. I'm just clarifying, donating to the next fan film. Well, thanks, man.
People love when I get angry. So like on my stream, they often will do things to try to push my buttons. You know what I mean?
I feel like the older I get, the more I try to find balance in life and ground myself. I get less affected by what people say, which is I'm working on
no,
it.
me too. But I like it a little. I got to be honest. I enjoy it. I am an odd bird, and in the Zen sense, I kind of like being angry sometimes. You know, like I'm totally okay with it.
I do too.
You know,
but
yeah.
I've learned to save that for the people who really deserve it.
True. Yeah. There's righteous anger, and then there's sort of childish anger.
I don't know if there's any. Try not to use the word righteous too much anymore, but
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to be like my, younger, more inexperienced, unbalanced years where, anything warranted my anger. I now want to be much more grounded and be able to see something from someone else's point of view as to why they may say that or do that or think that, and realize their psychology within that and not be affected by it because, well, that's just what they think. And
yeah,
I can really try to go in there and maybe try to understand where their mind's at.
Yeah.
And then which will give me comfort.
I'm usually so zen and so calm, and there are only a few things that trigger me. And when I do get triggered, I'm just like everybody else, and I act really silly. But I actually tend to get amused by it, and it's like kind of a funny reminder that you're still really susceptible. You know what I mean? Like, so as much as you meditate and as much as you try to be a balanced person, there's this beauty in how the universe will continue to remind you I still got you. You know what I mean?
We are animals at the end of the day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We are animals, emotional beings, and we're human, and we're all living together on the same rock.
You know what triggers me the most? Magic the Gathering. And I love Magic the Gathering, but when I'm playing it, that's when I get like, if my friends like we're playing together and they start like ganging up on me or something, bro, I will turn into a big butthole. Like a big butthole. Like I get mean.
Gonna do a Hogwarts Legacy on HP or gaming channel. Yeah, so I'll play it on the gaming channel, and then Silas will play it on the Harry Potter channel.
What's that? Harry Potter what? Legacy?
Yeah, dude, there's an open world Harry Potter game coming out. It's amazing. Yeah, it takes place, I think, like
Open world?
100 years before Hogwarts.
Is it cross-platform?
I don't know.
Looking it up.
I don't know, but it looks amazing. Looks really nice.
Sounds awesome. I gotta look it up.
Huge love and respect to you both and to Star Wars fans alike. Merry Christmas to you all. I have a question. But he doesn't ask anything. I have a question, ...
No, it's that triggering stuff again.
He sent another one. Wouldn't Luke theoretically be the rightful heir to Mandalore based on the Mando tradition? Ezra stole the dark saber, the death sticks. Obi-Wan beat Maul. Vader beat Obi-Wan. Luke beat Vader. A reach, but it got me thinking. No, so in my mind, Sidious is the rightful heir to Mandalore. He beat Maul when Maul had the dark saber.
Fair.
He just didn't care about it.
Right.
At the end of the day, it still belongs to Sidious. No one realizes that.
Interesting. What if that's where he's at?
Yeah, maybe. I'd like to see a Force-sensitive gunslinger that's like anti-Jedi. Like a Force-sensitive Han Solo.
That would be cool.
That'd be kind of cool. What's been happening? What up, Knight? Oh, we're going to start playing Batman. Oh, I got my movie-accurate Batman suit in after...
Dude, I can't wait to see it.
I don't know how many months. 5? 6? 5?
Yeah.
5 months? Something like that.
That's cool.
Handmade.
Yeah, that's sweet. What was the company? Because I'm...
Go on Instagram, type in... what's his name? Sean Reeves?
Okay.
Reeves FX? Reeves something.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is he in the States?
Yeah. Yeah, the import fees on that thing were not fun. I picked it up today. Still sitting in the box behind me. I just haven't opened it.
Grab that cow. I mean, you don't have to do the whole thing.
I'll probably post a picture. I'll probably live stream it later tonight.
Okay.
Later tonight once I get done with that phone call. And I gotta upload the cinematic for you guys and make sure everything's smooth. I haven't even looked at it, man. I haven't looked at the final file. I got it. Like, this is how my life is. Like, I literally got it as I was about to go on the stream, and then right before that I was at the post office and waiting in line and all that stuff. And then before that I had just woken up, and then I got home, and then I was late to get on the show with you guys, and now we're here, and then I gotta hop on a call, and then I gotta watch that, approve it, upload it, and then I gotta go live stream on. It's very so some things get left out sometimes. I'm sorry. Can you do a video of who would you cast in Star Wars movies if George Lucas filmed the prequels first, then later made the original trilogy? Okay, sure. Yeah. Sure thing. Seeing Luke was an amazing way to end the season, but I'm a little disappointed we didn't delve a little deeper into Yoda's species' homeworld. Oh, I think we will, man. Later. He's with Luke now. Darksaber equals Elder Wand in terms of how ownership passes along. Precisely. Absolutely. Do you know anything about Harry Potter?
Not really.
Oh, this is going over your head. Okay, so the Elder Wand was basically, it was Dumbledore's, and he took it from Grindelwald, and then when Voldemort, well, theoretically, when Draco killed Dumbledore, when Snape killed Dumbledore, he was the one who had the rightful claim to the Elder Wand. The Elder Wand is like the most powerful wand. So that it's not about the story. It's like actual power. It's like that wand is actual power.
Yeah.
It's like if the Darksaber had actual powers. So
Yeah.
Snape was the rightful. He could claim the Elder Wand, but he didn't. Voldemort went and got it, but it started cracking. He wasn't the rightful owner of it.
I remember that in the movie. Yeah, I remember that in the movie.
He kills
He, like,
Snape.
uses it against him.
He kills Snape
to
so that
be able
he's
to-
the rightful. Yeah. So.
Interesting. Harry Potter's cool. By the way, I looked that game up. I think I'll probably get it. It is on all the systems. So
I love Harry Potter, man. I was so into the books when I was a kid, and the movies were coming out, and I was like, oh man, I was the same age as Harry, and I'm like, oh Jesus, this is so cool. What a time, man! What a time.
Yeah.
I got to say that I was
good.
I was the same age as Anakin Skywalker when Episode 9 came out, and I was the same age as Harry Potter as the movies were coming out. It was so cool. I was around during that buzz. There will never be a buzz like that. Well, maybe there will, but it was such a cool time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a challenge for the right to the Darksaber. I said I wasn't mad at Josh. He was actually agreeing with me. I'm not spam either, lol. I'm just trying. I'm just like him, and I talk a lot, but I have to abbreviate on here. Oh, got it. Yeah, because you have like a character limit that they give you, I think. Hey, no question. Just wanted to show support. Keep up the great content. Oh, thank you, Reynolds. Reynolds.
Yeah, nice. That's very nice.
Thank you very much. I know I missed so many people, man. I feel so bad about it, but
I think we're just gonna have to get a system. We need a system
What's
to
the
make
system,
people
man?
feel. I don't know. It's gonna probably have to be a companion video, and I can help you out. Like,
how does
sit there and read all
PewDiePie
these
and like Doc and all these guys, like all these like big
They don't
streamers do it, man?
answer
They don't
everything,
answer
bro.
everything. Like it's
No,
just you just
can't.
gotta live
At
with
scale,
feeling bad
it's
about it.
impossible. Yes, but we can do something to try to meet them halfway. Because I agree that I care, you care, we care. So let's try to figure something out. But we can't drain our energy trying to answer every question every night. You know what I mean? So let's think about it. I'll think about it. We'll come up with something.
Yeah.
Maybe a Twitter thread that we both agree we'll both get into to try
Get
to
active on or
answer
something.
stuff. Yeah, I'm totally down with that, man. You know, I wouldn't be able to do it like all day tomorrow, but like I can dedicate an hour and get in there and try to interact with people and stuff.
Get a little
you know?
sweaty.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I still feeling like Grogu will be trained in The Mandalorian at some point. Love your channel. You inspire me. I'm so happy to be a part of this. Oh, thank you, Glenn. Draco Malfoy was the rightful owner. I don't think Draco was the rightful owner.
He didn't kill
Oh, you're right. Draco was the rightful owner because he disarmed Dumbledore. Ah, yes, I forgot. But Snape killed him, so... But yeah, you're right. Hey, Theory and Josh, thank you all so much for everything. You guys have revived my love for Star Wars. How about Disney's Insta post about Mace?
Pretty cool.
What do you mean? They said happy birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankful for you too. Thank you, Nick. Okay, well, we love you guys. Thank you so much. Beautiful 3.5 hour stream with all of you. Parth, Jesus, happy holidays, everyone. Much love. What the hell, man? Thank you guys. Seriously. Would you be up for a Jedi Origin series? Yeah, like the High Republic, or even the Old Republic, or even Taika Waititi's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be cool to see Force sensitives begin to discover what they can do. Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, it'd be great.
That'd be rock on, dude. Okay, well, I love you guys. Thank you so much, everybody. We appreciate you, and we will see you all next week.